So it's been it feels like it's been longer than 2 weeks, honestly. It's been a long 2 weeks. Yeah. Um,
It's been 3 days.
it's
That's
true.
true.
There was 2 sessions. That's probably why. Honestly, that's probably why. Now that I think about it, now that you say that.
I'm slightly, incredibly D&D'd out for.
How dare you? Okay.
I'm not gonna not. It's not like I'm not gonna show up next.
No, just
Wednesday,
go.
but...
Just leave.
All right,
bye. Okay,
Seeing
so no, it wasn't. No, so you guys have come to Port O'Hare after leaving Vesper behind, or well, Vesper left you, I guess.
Rip.
You had a friend for about 4 days or 2 days or something.
Great friend.
Great friend that also left you behind.
Closest and best friend.
But you have come to Port O'Hare to work on one of Prospero's dream locations, as well as in a month and a half or whatever, Gozak's event. Not really sure what it is yet, but
Isn't it like a conference? Oh, that's what we said.
Like a conference of rich people?
I
Is
heard a
that
ribbon
what we...
cutting ceremony last time. I remember.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
essentially the gist of what you know. Kind of like a go here and they'll tell you what to do.
Go here.
Go here.
Go
Go
on.
gadget. Could have been an artificer. Lost the chance. Anyway, so you guys have come here. You do have, yeah, true. You do have some time to kill, and so like I said, you're gonna go after Prospero's thing. And on the way, you almost got impaled by a giant piece of ice. Just Port O'Hare things. And found another friend, which went over very well, having just been betrayed by the last one. And so after a whole night in the tavern of asking questions, it seems like it's okay for now. And you guys are now leaving town on the 18th in around midday, a little earlier than that, but that is where we are.
Awesome.
I forget what I sound like.
I don't remember either.
Same.
Loki,
I remember you-
forget who you are.
I remember the last.
Who
character
am I?
that
I think
was
it
pretty-
sounded
Yeah,
a lot.
I remember the last one too.
I
Weren't
think-
you kind of like a dark, like gruff kind of?
She's just, it's like deeper and like ash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say throatier.
Yeah.
That sounds so
I don't
bad,
remember the
but
first
that's
half,
what
but
it
the
is.
second half
On
sounded
stream.
like Vesper.
Solveig, there we go. That's your name.
Solveig.
It's literally right there.
Solveig, no chief.
Yeah, it's
Solveig.
right under
It's uncovered mistakenly by me, which is fucking hilarious.
So yeah, you guys are now leaving town. Anything you guys want to do on your way out of Port O'Hare? I get some music in here. What the hell?
Just to clarify, did anyone buy anything?
Nope.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, the Discord. We had the shop going.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
I
shop.
forgot about that, but I don't think I wanted to get anything anyway. So we're.
Holy shit,
I
that's
can't
loud.
afford nothing,
You
baby.
can afford
Yeah.
like what?
Yeah,
I
I can't
can't.
afford any of this.
It's okay. Though.
We do have a group thing.
Yeah, I did.
Remember.
I did offer the.
How much is in the group fund for
We're
that?
at level 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You,
It's been. It's
We
been
forgot to
too
play.
long.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
wow. I actually forgot that.
Wait, how much is in the group fund?
Wait,
I'm
we
looking,
level up?
looking for it right now.
No, that was a
No,
while
you
ago.
guys
I
were.
just feel like we
Character sheet took
haven't had a
5 hour to
level
open.
up recently.
About 450 gold, and then
Oh.
if anyone asked, Zoot would also lend out gold.
Oh. Okay.
In
Zoot,
case
the
any.
bank of Zoot Yeeper.
Yeah, Zoot. Yeah,
The Bank of
Zoot is
Yeeper.
definitely a banker at heart.
He is a merchant.
When we retire, Zoot will go into banking.
You know, the darts of dragon slaying might be something to consider.
Store's already closed. Sorry, you guys are already out of
I
town.
mean, in future.
Yeah, it's something to look at for sure. It's just we're not really doing any dragon slaying soon, I think.
Alex, I have a question.
What?
So, as a mage, can you wear leather armor underneath robes? That work?
If you have proficiency, you can wear whatever armor you want.
Oh, I know, but
You
okay.
can't cast or something
Okay.
if you're not proficient.
I was just
I
curious.
don't think you can cast if you are proficient.
How do you even be proficient in armor? You just put it on.
It's like how you move and stuff in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can you put mage armor on someone wearing armor?
Yeah, but it
It
It's not gonna
doesn't
stack.
do
Oh no,
anything.
because the way the
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
it's
add,
specifically
it just-
worded.
right,
Yeah.
right.
really. I
Yeah,
never
It,
really
it
played.
doesn't
Like
add
specifically
AC,
like
it
dex
just puts
plus
it to...
whatever, like
Yeah.
gives it you like a set number
Yeah.
or something.
I don't-
Oh,
It's
it,
just
it
a-
literally says a willing creature who isn't wearing armor.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
But and even if it doesn't that, it does like 13 plus dex. So it gives
Mhm.
you like a flat starting point,
It gives
which
you-
is like equivalent to like
Oh.
armor.
Gives you like
so.
some moderate medium armor level.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
That's pretty
I don't
Alright,
actually think there
random
is.
good. 18 with
I don't think there is any sort of like you can't wear armor if you're a spellcaster. I think it's
I-
just you just have to be proficient.
dwarven mage, heavy plate.
But
fucking-
you can also wear any type of armor.
Actually-
If you're not proficient with it, you just suffer
Well, yeah.
negatives.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense because like
I think
like
that they
heavy
had
armor and stuff
past
can cast,
editions.
like,
Oh yeah, true.
like paladins can cast and they're wearing plate.
That's kind of
Druids
Hell
can
yeah.
wear
If you sink enough
armor.
feats, you can probably get heavy armor as a wizard. Probably, like
Is
by
it
level
worth it?
20. Absolutely not. No.
All right.
I mean, if you start off like getting medium armor proficiency, it's just like 1 extra feat.
We're just
Or you-
like having this debate as we're walking
Or-
out of town.
or you
100%.
just- Or,
Right.
or you just take a 1-level dip into cleric, get the heavy armor proficiency that way.
Yeah, probably. Let me see. Well,
That is
I don't-
weird.
I'm not
I
looking
mean,
up right
I'm
now.
a beginner cleric. Now we're.
I mean, it does work that way with like wild shape and like barbarian / monk stuff. So I
There are like some limits on multi-classing though, like with what proficiencies you can take.
Yeah, I think that is a hard proficiency limit.
That is
the
true.
multi-classing.
That is
I think it's one of
those.
them.
Yeah, that's right. I was like trying to think of
You
what.
don't get all
I
the
know there's
skill
something.
proficiencies when you multi-class. So.
That's true. That's true.
Well, but like some of the cleric stuff, you like they're level 1. Oh no, you'd have to be like level 3 or whatever for your whatever.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Interesting.
with
Clerics
this
really not
juncture.
get their shit at
This is
level
what we're
one.
doing.
I can't remember if
We're
it's level 1
talking.
or.
You just
I
don't have
feel like it
voices.
has to be because they're like it's.
Well,
all
some of the
based on-
clerics it just says like you gain proficiency in this. I can't remember if it's a 1 or 2
Oh,
or
that's-
3. But yeah, you could dip. Technically,
Spore.
probably. I don't know. I don't play D&D.
Technically, probably.
Who knows?
You get your divine domain at level 1. So
Oh, you do, okay.
would get
Yeah,
heavy
you-
armor
yeah, you get your-
proficiency at level 1.
Mhm. It says at first level you get proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a thing there. Who knows? It's probably not worth it ever, but
So there's also this is which you actually get when you multi-class.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's even things that you would get later on you actually don't get through it.
yeah.
It's
you only get
stuff
part of
that you just never get. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, so
Nice.
you never get heavy armor through a multi-class. You would have to take a feat above that.
Yeah.
Or it has to be coming from the like later on through the class and not through like the standard proficiencies,
Right.
like
the
from
domain.
your domain or something.
Well, the domain gets it at level 1.
Yes. So you would I think you would get heavy
You
armor
get
proficiency at
Domain
level 1
proficiencies. Yeah.
Okay.
if you
But
went
like
Tempest
these are all
anyway.
these are all the base proficiencies you get just like starting. Like you're like I'm gonna play base bard or whatever. You get these things plus all the skill shit and whatever. Anyway,
So it's gonna be a 5-day trek by your best estimate from Port O'Hare to the location denoted on the map from the Paper Dragon. What do you guys want to do, if anything, during your travels?
Can we talk about the mythical game Gremlins and Graveyards and multi-classing in that?
No.
Humans and households.
humans and households. Oh god.
I'm gonna play my my violin, of course, but
Oh my
I
gosh.
need like
it's passive.
a more stable environment to actually like concoct the antidotes for which I have materials for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
At the very least, you most certainly cannot do it on the road.
Right. That's what I thought.
It do be difficult like that, ask Zoot. So,
It's a tough
anything?
life.
Several days of travel.
I find myself stuck on a magic item that you had in last campaign that was like a setup laboratory, and I'm like, damn, that would be useful here.
Or a cart.
It was 5k, and I'm like, why is this so expensive? Now I know.
There's no way I'm concocting potions in the back of a moving cart.
Oh, rock! Just acid across the.
Yeah, what's so bad about?
Especially for potion.
Like, I legitimately work with acids and shit. Like, come on.
That's spooky.
Well, I mean, I work with explosives. It's not that big a deal.
Oh, you're gonna do explosives in the back of a cart?
Oh my god, what could
Well,
go
you
wrong
never
with
done
these
that
two
before.
combos?
Yeah, we have some dangerous tankers in the group.
Atticus is just gonna start fucking around with magic just to make it even worse.
How dare
Oh boy.
Cart hit something.
Entire party wipe.
Prospero, is it right?
Yes.
What exactly are you trying to do?
Well, mostly trying to restore the land to its natural order and remove any sort of abominations that have festered in it. Usually it's something, the last two times, it was either some sort of necromancer, right? Who had corrupted a pool in the drooling pools, and the animals became undead abominations. So, trying to fix things like that. And then there were those evil bushes. I can't really remember, Zoot, why they were evil.
Well, they weren't really bushes. They were like creatures. So, this is from the pre-log, right?
Yeah.
Relog?
Or like what?
Log.
Whatever. Like the pre-campaign.
Pro.
mission.
Session
Yes.
0.
Prologue is
Prologue,
what
that's
you-
the word. Yeah.
Yeah, the prelogue, exactly.
Over
The
that.
prologue.
Going to
That's what we said. I don't know.
Oh, it's been a long day.
I'll edit that out, don't worry.
I doubt it.
Oh,
I don't edit anything.
So,
Yeah, they were just evil things. I don't know why they were there, but
So you don't know, like, what's happening exactly?
nope. Crentia, my patroness, the goddess of growth and conservation, also sometimes considered the goddess of greenery and the woods by the elves, but she has given me images of these places in my dreams, and I have to find where they are because she's leading me there so that I can uncorrupt the land and its creatures.
Oh, so you'll recognize where they are when we get there.
Yes.
yeah, come to
Oh,
think of it,
wonderful.
Prospero, what are we headed towards right now? Considering you've seen the place.
See, this is the hard part, which I don't know which one.
Oh.
I can't remember which one it is. I didn't write it down. It's either
We needed that camera of
I
yours, Zoot.
wrote it down. Hold on. It was in our in-person session, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
Yes.
Paper Dragon.
Zoot, we should use that camera more often of yours. It's quite
Is it-
handy.
a mound of colorful pool. Nope, I did that one. Is it the massive waterfalls and pools? Is it the rainforest with a pool of water? Is it
Well, it's mountainous, so I don't believe it's a rainforest, probably.
the white basalt columns? I think it's the column.
That sounds kind of where we're headed.
I think that's what it is.
Basalt.
Like the stone.
No, I know what it is. I was just wondering why it was so specific.
Oh, yes, well,
Interesting.
Crentia's very cryptic.
Very descriptive. I'm
Yes.
sure you take after her very well.
Sure. But yes, Solveig, so I'm not exactly sure why. Just I'm not exactly sure what this will all lead to in my life, other than me just being a inefficient messenger for Crentia, which is my mission. But I'm not sure if there's any really sort of end game for me. No, I'm just trying to do good where I can.
Does that bother you?
You place an awful lot of faith in mystery.
It doesn't bother me. It's better than, I don't want to have some angsty sort of problem that once I solve it, all my problems will be solved, or once I find this person, or once I avenge that. I don't really have, I'm okay with not having something like that, but I do find meaning in my work and in helping my friends.
Is there any? Forgive me if you've told this before, but is there any large following of people that follow Crentia around where you were when you live in your home?
No, absolutely not.
Oh yes. Are there any that you know of? Anywhere?
I don't know if I've ever met one, and I don't even know where Crunch's temple is, if I'm being quite honest.
How
My
did you
grand-
stumble upon Crentia then?
When I met Zoot, I actually gave me this pendant as a symbol of Crentia. That I thought it was beautiful, and I bought it, and I believe that's where it began.
Oh. Well, that's quite recent, isn't it?
I began having that. Well, yes, quite recent.
Oh.
And I sort of began having the dreams shortly thereafter, where I saw these places.
Interesting. Classic youths, spending their
Nope,
life
sorry,
away
I had the
after
dreams
a moment's
first,
notice.
then got the pendant later.
Oh, I see. Interesting that you decided to dedicate your life to Crentia. It's honorable, yes, but very interesting.
Well, you see, where I in the village that I grew up in, I'm gonna sneeze.
Plus you. Plus you're good.
Thanks. My I guess the people that I was raised with are mostly fisher people, as you know, and my grandfather, who's sort of one of the elders, actually believes in the god Stivar, who's all about water and fishing and that whole thing.
Oh, yes.
And they wanted me to go down that path, so I guess religion and the gods was not far from, far from my ideology growing up. I was raised quite religious, but I just felt that I wanted more. And I was always sort of obsessed with land, because there weren't many of them where I grew up. So...
Interesting. Perhaps you should seek out a temple of Crentia sometime. Be quite interesting to see what that's like. Suppose it's in a tree or something.
Well, if you're looking for something like that, you're not in the right area.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
mean now. I just said
I
sometime.
figured.
Yeah. No. If you're
Are
looking
there any
for-
trees around us even?
Yeah, there's trees.
Oh,
Well, actually,
pretty close
I guess
to
it
the
depends on
river
what day
here,
this
no?
conversation's happening, because it will take a weird. So, outside of Port O'Hare is very harsh, dry. But then there's humid, almost jungle-y kind of hills, and then you're in mountains.
That's pretty.
So
That's a lot.
it depends on which maybe not jungle, but like it's fairly wet, and it kind of hangs in the hills. But anyway, we'll say yeah. There's trees around.
No, I guess I was more saying like, if you're looking for more people that share the interest of Crentia, you probably have better luck further south, like near Nemo. Or
Nemo?
Elmshire. Yeah.
Where's
That
that?
makes sense.
I can't find it.
It's on the Pure Isle.
Yeah.
Pure-
Yeah, you know.
Oh, I can hardly see this. This map is so pixelated. I mean, small.
You tore it off a wall, so
Yeah,
the one that you have.
Yeah, I could probably see it on that one. Oh well.
Yeah, you know the Gnome City.
Oh, I have never been. You been there, Suit?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been many
Jesus.
places. I mean, I don't.
Where
go
have you
all-
not been?
Where have I not been?
Probably a shorter list.
The Wicked Isle.
Ooh.
I've heard some bad things about there. Don't really feel like it. Haven't been to the Choke Soul Islands. Haven't been to the Dark Woods.
So everywhere dangerous, pretty much.
How about the Dragonborn's home? Who said Yunkus?
Oh, they don't let people in there.
Who said you this?
They don't let many. There's
Oh,
definitely
okay.
a couple.
They don't let me in
That's what I was curious.
there. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I never really gave it much of a try. So very well, we could potentially talk our way in if that's something you are interested in, Renard. Which I take it you are.
I would love
place
to
that-
go there too.
It's a place that not too many people that are not Dragonborn have been. It'd be kind of cool. Not really, wanting to go there tomorrow or anything. Just like if it ever comes around, I would go.
I think that makes sense.
Put it on the list of places to go.
Yeah, I would reckon you need some small token of influence to start the conversation if you want to get open. Maybe do something for someone. It's all.
Matters for your,
I'm saying
it
make
matters. Yes, but also if you kind of find the right, status Dragonborn, then it's just about the money.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
exactly what I was saying. You are correct. you need to make a friend to pay someone, or at least that's my understanding of the areas like.
So Prospero, I know we're kind of close to the Ice Throne. Did your family ever have, or your village, I guess, have any issues with giant ice balls falling from the sky?
I can't say they did. Many of the issues we had were just, sort of like village drama. Not, I'd say the heir to my family's fishing empire and the eldest, I'd say me vanishing is probably a very big problem. But no ice ball, no. Sometimes some mean fish that were very bitey, but
Problems in Fraxius 100 years ago. Moxie, the giant ancient black dragon. Problems in Fraxius today. Angry fish.
Fishing drama.
Yeah.
angry fish and squirrely youth.
Different era up in Fraxius.
Back in my day.
Do any of the others of you subscribe to the teachings of any other gods?
What was that one god that we had the thing? Vespa had that thing for.
Ostium and no, we
item-
don't.
We don't
Osti-
speak about her.
There was that one.
I mean, the one that gave the powers to your freaking wand.
Yes, this wand.
Yeah. Wait, you
I was
don't.
like-
I don't really follow Ostium, but I have her wand apparently.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
hers, but
Okay, I feel like that's a very different thing. I could like take something from someone we defeated, and that doesn't mean we have them. I mean, like this gauntlet right here, that was from Holt Huxley. That doesn't mean I'm his best friend.
Oh, looks.
Well, it is different being as though a god's power is in this. Oh,
yeah, I was just mentioning it because she asked. I mean, I didn't need to. I was just mentioning it. Zoot, Jesus fucking Christ.
fuck off, Zoo. Jeez. No.
Well,
No, you're
Not
right.
Zoot,
The
sorry,
wand- the wand
Brainard.
thing, we should destroy it.
the wand? Wait, what?
Oh, we're getting off topic. What were you?
Well, a lot of goblins like me follow Tra,
Who's that?
goddess of endurance.
Oh, does that mean you can run very far?
Different type of endurance.
Oh,
Hey,
wait, what kind of endurance?
Like the kind where you're in a desert and you need to survive.
Oh,
Damn it.
isn't that just survival?
Oh,
Surviving?
well, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mental endurance.
Not bed sport endurance.
Prospero,
No,
what is
we
done?
we didn't need
after-
a deity for that.
Oh, I'm sure there is one. Do you have a god or goddess of sensuality or some shit?
Probably somewhere.
check the list. There's one.
Check the list.
You know, Prospero, when we first met you, you were a lot more innocent than you are now. I wonder what play Vespa's mother had in that.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say it's all Vespa and her mother's fault.
Well, you can't blame them.
I am blaming them for the sudden emergence of my sexuality. Yes,
Oh, alright.
I jest. I jest.
It's okay.
I would say Sinel was a sexual awakening, if you will.
Alright, this is getting uncomfortable. Let's stop talking about this.
I'm going with
Anyway,
Bean. It's the closest.
Bean! I love Bean!
Gozak, that god you mentioned, do you follow them closely? Do they give you any, boosts like Prospero's god?
Give you any
my
stats.
Any
Or-
boons?
Boosts.
For majority of us, it's different, perhaps. Tra does not exactly require worship or sacrifice.
Oh.
Only
Given at birth, then?
what was
Like,
what given birth?
Like the following. It sounds like, it's not really practice, more so as
Cultural, perhaps, but
Yeah. Interesting.
So you don't follow like a water deity?
why would we follow a water
Or
deity?
not
Have you
like
ever been to a
goblins.
desert?
Not goblins. You seem very, I don't know, curious, and your dad's, a pirate. I've just sort of felt like we've grown up
Pirate.
around like a water deity.
Just put a little asterisk on it. Pirate Lord.
Okay, he's a pirate lord. My bad.
Okay. Give me a sec, because Alex and I talked about this months ago, and now I have to remember the fucking name of the storm god. And it's 20 characters long.
Grim Josh tell. Oh wait, actually, I guess there's
No, it was storm, not sea.
yeah, Grim
talked
Josh
about
tell.
that.
I think.
Grim Josh Toll?
Mhm.
Oh. That's not too bad.
Kiri Jolin.
we don't
Oh my
speak of
God.
Kira Joel.
Fucking
Grim Joshtal related to Amboshtal.
Yep, they're twins, I think.
Oh.
Why
Well,
is one the god of storms and frustration and the other of craft and community? I feel like.
Well, we're not gonna go too far down the rabbit hole, but Grim Josh tell is basically like, I do everything wrong. You should do what my brother does. Like that's literally like.
Okay.
Like, look at how together he is, and then look at
Okay.
me. Do that. Like, that's like really legitimately like a big tenet of. But again, anyway.
That's interesting. Okay, sorry.
But yeah, we We do worship Grimjoshta, the storm god, not. And I can't find the thing, but we don't worship the sea god. It doesn't make a lot of sense to worship the god of the sea.
Wouldn't you rather?
Prospero thought
I
so
think
too.
the question was like you specifically
Unfortunately.
have any religious ideology.
I think it was saying his family. No.
Yeah.
So he grew up around it because of his dad.
Mm-hmm. The storm
So-
ends up sinking, not the sea. The
But
sea's
wouldn't
just
you-
what you sink into.
What about like creatures in the sea though?
What about them?
I feel like I don't know. I would want passage from them also, or does that not part of what the sea goddess does?
I don't know. I worship the storm goddess. I still can't find the thing.
It's God. Grimjosh shows a guy.
No, sea.
Oh,
Istafar.
yeah, that's
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe
I
a guy.
found
So?
it.
Yeah.
God of seafarers and dedication. I don't know. We've never been too afraid of terrible things.
Sounds fair. Feel like you'd be a pretty bad pirate if you went into a lot of bad weather, or, lost a giant creature or something.
I'd agree. And more often than not, it's weathers and creatures. So
Yeah,
we throw our lots one way.
I've heard of some seafaring fellows steering into the storm. Just kind of doesn't sit right.
I wouldn't go that far. A lot of our worship, you could call, sort of relates back to Tra, if you would. Like the other gods are there, but Tra's the really important one.
Interesting.
Sylvie, what about you? I know you asked the question, but is there anything that you follow or prescribe to?
I tried, I think, praying to every god or goddess that exists, and no one seemed to help me, so I've just kind of written that off.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think I've tried myself, so...
Yeah, they seem to be a little fickle that way.
Atticus suddenly remembers, the backstory of Solvay. Kind of like, oh...
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to take it, not wait for it.
I put my faith in myself, and
Well stated.
that's enough for me.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it.
You guys find it's weird that we just left a rough terrain and now it's a jungle?
Well, you saw how Port O'Hare was. It's very,
Aren't you
unhealthy.
Aren't you from Port O'Hare? I feel like that should be like normal for you, no?
Oh,
I
she
haven't
hasn't
left
leave.
the city.
Yeah.
Born in-
Yeah,
I've never
Port
just-
O'Hare is
no.
very toxic for the environment, I imagine.
Are you Scottish?
Why did it get Scottish? What the Jesus. I
This is the
imagine-
new Atticus. Let's go.
Dude.
Scottish?
God fucking damn it.
One shot. This is what happens.
I know. Okay, sorry. Fuck, no, I'm not thinking of Scottish. Yeah.
Quick, someone else speak. Atticus is choking.
Give him the Heimlich. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So how,
go ahead.
sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, go
didn't
for
mean-
it.
Okay. So how did you first create that? Zoo kind of go over and get like a slightly closer look. Hey, is it weird if I look at your arm like it is interesting to me. But
We'll just like hold it out, kind of trepidatiously, but she'll
I
hold
won't
it out
touch
to you.
anything unless you say yes.
Just
That
don't
sounded
stick your
weird.
finger in there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I would never. So, how did you start down this? Like, where'd you get your start on the tinkering? I mean, I know, the unfortunate cause, but like, where'd you learn?
I guess I've just been sort of innately curious since birth. Couldn't really like afford the tools to do it growing up, but I like watching and learning and experimenting, I guess.
I can relate to that. So, that is so. And he'll like go to like tighten a bolt, but then stop and he's like,
There ain't no bolts that need tightening here.
okay.
This thing worked perfectly.
Okay, he'll think he saw one and then just like remember
That's-
it's not his toy. Very, very interesting. It's very, very complex and beautiful, honestly.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate the workmanship. And it's easy to like put it down and kind of give a little bit of space. Yeah, I collected a decent amount of odds and ends if you are interested in modifications, I guess. I don't know. This might be a touchy subject. I don't mean to be rude.
I'm very proud of this. Thank you.
Oh, good. Good. I have some ideas, but I will only offer if you ask. We can do-
Perhaps when we return to the city.
Yeah, of course, of course. He kind of puts away his notebook.
I have no need for a coffee maker in my own.
Oh yeah.
But the
Scratch
optimization.
one out. Yeah. Yeah. Mobile coffee makers. Yeah, they're not for everyone, but there's some cool stuff. Some other cool stuff out there. I mean, that's half the fun of tinkering, seeing what you can figure out, what you can add.
Indeed.
Yeah, you get me.
Give him a soft smile.
Just a soft one.
Just a soft one. We're not baring teeth here.
All right, so you guys travel on for several days. So let's see, it would be. I gotta make sure I count this out right. All right, yeah. So towards the late evening on the fourth day, you guys are walking along. You are now very much so in the mountains. You have been, I think, I could do the math, but I'm pretty sure it's like after the second day or so, yeah. Somewhere into the second day you would have gotten in the mountains, but, yeah, so about 6 p.m. or so, you guys come across a body. Just chilling.
Is he
A
naked?
dead body?
He's not naked, no, but he
He doesn't
looks...
have any pants.
No. It looks to be a dwarven man just laying on the ground, very clearly dead.
His legs are way too long for a dwarf.
Oh my god.
And they're not wearing pants.
You want some pants? I can give you some pants.
There you go. You better.
I'm sorry, Alex.
This looks bad.
Sweet. We're in jeans now.
So just to clarify, how far is the walk supposed to be?
About
5
5 days. So you guys are like a day and change back.
I thought it was supposed to be a lot farther than that. Okay, thank you.
Me too, but
I know we'd like plan for like a week and a half each way.
Yeah, you said
Oh,
5
it's not too
days.
far. I mean, it's not even 100 miles away. It's like almost 90.
Oh, okay. Cool.
we're missing a Prospero.
Yeah, I never know how to put my person on the map ever.
There you go.
Still don't know.
It's been 2
Click
years.
and drag.
It's been 2 years. I don't know. I used to do
Sorry,
it and then I
my
just
bad.
stopped.
It's been 3 years actually.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years.
No, it's literally been 3 years.
I know how to put it on there, but I don't know how to put it on there and show the health bar.
You
Oh,
just
you just
like
have to
the
drag
character
your
screen,
name.
you just drag your name.
Yeah.
That's what I do, but it doesn't show up with the health bar.
We'll do it right now. We'll see what happens.
Wait, do it right
I might
now.
be able to fix it. I think if you go from the picture, it might be different.
Hold on. Hold.
Speaking of
No,
health
you
bars,
can't even
oh,
drag from the picture. You have to drag from the name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of health bar, Solvay.
Oh,
There you go.
hey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God
what's
damn it,
up?
you don't have a health bar?
Solvay is no help.
I don't see a health bar.
Motherfucker.
I have a health bar for myself,
There you
so
go. Now do you see a health bar?
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
there's 2 Prosperos now.
Oh, no.
I'm confused.
Mirror image.
All right,
Oh
so
no, now there's none.
here, let me do it. Okay,
Alright.
there you go. So you find this dwarf, who's wearing
Oh, he's dead.
pants. He is definitely dead. You can tell that even as you walk up to him. He's started to be kind of covered in grasses and mushrooms. And he has like a weirdly unnatural bulge to his stomach.
Ew.
Yeah. So
Like not a beer belly.
Yeah,
type
no, this
situation.
isn't a Raynard. This is something worse. Or
Pregnant.
so
This is
Right
all
now.
the gases in his carcass are filling up the inner cavity and
Yeah, he's about to
toxic. It would
explode.
fucking smell.
yeah, so I just want to throw this out there. Body in the middle of the road on a
It's not a road.
not well traveled.
We're just
No.
walking it through nowhere.
Well, body in the middle of nowhere, just kind of sitting there. I feel like there's like a decent chance it's a trap, so stay alert.
Can Prospero disregard that?
I mean,
You can.
you can go up to it if you want, Prosper. I'm just saying, like,
Don't poke it.
I'm gonna based on my extensive medical knowledge,
and
I'd like to ascertain the manner of death and how long it's been there.
Okay. As far as the death, honestly, you're not really sure. It might have been some sort of internal something, but he doesn't have any like clear wounds on him. And what was the other? Sorry, what was the other half of it? Totally
How
just blank.
long?
Oh yeah, how long? It's been probably like less than half a month, probably closer to like 10 days or so. Maybe even less.
Yes.
Grant, are you just looking around in
Okay.
general? Oh. Nice. You do not notice anything strange around you?
yeah, Zoo would be actively perceiving as well.
You can roll as well.
I'm just trying to walk upwind of the body, so if it goes off, I'm not caught in the blast zone.
Ooh, that's a
Gotcha.
good
Same here.
Good call.
Wish I thought of it.
So, what did you say the cause of death looked to be?
Not really
Don't
sure.
know.
Might be some sort of internal something.
Internal damage.
That's a rolled start off.
It could be psychic damage or something, you know, like, not really sure.
Is anyone up for a dissection? I call back.
No.
Talk to
Put his hand over his mouth, trying not to vomit.
Yeah, do you
I would
feel
say
like-
Prosper, you do notice he has some sort of like emblem around his neck, but it's kind of in a way that you can't see it without yoinking it.
Touching it.
Can I
Yeah.
reach down and grab it?
Yeah, sure. It's a triangle.
Nice.
Make a religion check.
Loot found.
It's a triangle.
We did it.
Like the music.
We did it, everyone. Pack it up. Let's go home.
It's the holy symbol of Veda.
Oh,
A
the
Like the
mountain
cheese?
Goddess
god.
of cheese.
Yeah. Veta with a V. As
Oh.
in, there's a country and a city named after him.
Mm.
Fun
Never
fact, though, his favorite cheese is feta.
It is. It's true.
Do feta.
Ooh.
I bet that's a brand.
Velveeta.
That's probably a salad.
Um,
Can I leave now?
No, you have to stay. 3 more hours.
Chain him.
can I tell by like, what this person's wearing? If they have any weapons, like what kind of life they led?
Yeah, it looks like he was some sort of holy man. The symbol, as well as he has kind of like fairly new looking armor on. Looks to be chainmail. He has a pack on his back. I mean, he looks like he was either some sort of roaming holy man, possibly an adventurer, possibly, something along those lines. He definitely looked like he was fit for travel. He's got boots for it, but everything looks pretty new.
Hmm.
Can't you just
Um,
ask him what happened, Prospero?
We want to do that today. Okay, do that.
I'm going to stay far away, if that's okay with everyone else.
Okay, I'll cast Speak with Dead.
How far away are you specifically staying? For those of you that are staying far away?
We'll say 35 feet.
I'm staying away.
Oh,
Where I am is where I am.
No, that's way too far. Okay.
I'll
yeah.
go back. I'll
Here,
step
here,
back.
I'll move him a little bit. You have to move the pants though.
No, I don't.
Ah,
Don't look. Alright, we'll say
I'm
he's
gonna-
there, so you
I
guys
get
can
I'm
move.
gonna cast it from here.
Okay, is this where everyone's gonna stand?
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. So you cast a spell. Nice, 25 feet, good. And you see him start to like kind of sit up with this, undead renewed life. As he does, he explodes. Throwing
Nice.
some nasty viscera and body parts. Well, not body parts, but like innards, blood. So if Prospero, Reynard, and Atticus could all make con saves for me.
Jesus.
damn it. Wait,
There's
take
this kind
one
of
step back.
gas released into the area.
You said con save?
Yeah.
Gross, nasty shit.
I did
Oh my
warn
fucking
you.
God.
That's why you don't get close.
Prospero's gonna say, "Well, hello to you too, sir."
God, that smells so bad.
Yeah, just imagine how bad it is up there.
Yeah, no kidding.
So you guys breathe in this as it happens, and you're like kind of coughing a little bit, but then nothing. And he kind of sits up, and he tried to sit up, he exploded. Now he's sitting up again, with his,
Yeah, you don't have to describe it.
With his bones.
his
Um,
everything's spilling out.
And I cast prestidigitation to make it smell like rain, like a rainstorm.
Sure.
Oh.
Sure.
I washed
Smells
over.
a little bit better now.
It's like a wet death.
Prospero, I would say roll a nature check for me actually real quick too, before you start asking questions.
roll what?
Nature.
I said
Nurture?
initiative.
A nurture
Nature
check.
versus nurture.
I also heard initiative.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the explosion and the gas came out afterwards. I mean, you haven't necessarily handled a lot of dead exploding bodies, but it kind of reminded you more of like a Spores.
Hmm.
But he's attentive to your questions.
Sir, what did you eat before you died?
Can you send me the spell real quick?
Insult to explosion.
No, I think he might have eaten a very angry fern of some sort.
A very angry fur. He's a giraffe.
Okay, he says, what? I don't know, bread?
Do you know how you died?
I had this horrible stomach pain. I think it had something to do with whatever the heck that thing was in the, what was it, cave or in the temple? It's two.
What could you describe what that thing was?
Honest to God, not really sure. Um, and the corpse looks nervous. I sort of cut and ran before I could get a good look.
Where's the cave?
Probably over a day from here.
I kind of like gesticulate directions
He looks
to
around,
see if
not
he'll
sure.
like point.
No.
Fuck.
That's 4, I think. Got one
No.
more.
I look to Reynard.
Um, I guess do you have someone we should notify if you're passing?
I guess make sure Veta brings my body to the right place. He like hands you the symbol on his neck as he blah.
I take it, like trying very hard to not get too close to the body.
Yeah.
Well, now, how do I contact a god who is not mine?
You
You
pray.
could ask Crentia. Pass
Do you
on some
think they've
message.
got like a telephone system?
I don't know what a telephone is, but maybe.
Some sort of
I'd imagine gods can figure it out.
Oh, I can I can figure it out. It might not I can't do it today, but I could do it another time. So maybe we should leave him go to the cave and come back another time.
When he's more decomposed. Sounds disgusting.
Well,
Is there any way we can preserve him?
He'll be more bones by then, maybe.
Oh.
well,
I hate to be a rude person, but and refuse a man's dying request, but I would not like to carry him around.
well,
And
I can do it.
we could
No,
also
I-
just tell someone in Vita.
Yeah, I would
Like-
prefer we could like bury him or something if you want, but
Didn't he just mean make sure like his god takes him home? Not
think
like
he-
to an actual location.
I think he meant make sure that the amulet gets back to the temple.
That's not. I thought what Solveig said was what I was thinking. Well, like, if I could contact his god once we get to the temple, and be like, "Your boy dead."
well, did you get his name?
No.
Also, wouldn't a god know that the follower died?
Yeah, I suppose, but it's just kind of a reassurance thing. I suppose. assume.
It's fine. Let's keep moving on and we'll figure it out. I'll
Find
take the
myself.
pendant.
I find myself thinking that if he was already dead and wasn't where he thought he was supposed to be with Veda, that might be a problem.
I heard sometimes it takes a bit, but I guess it's been like a couple weeks. is what
I
you
don't
said.
know how any of that shit works.
Yeah, now that you think about it, I don't either.
Let's just die and
I'm just
find out.
repeating what people
For
tell me.
science.
Yeah, you do that.
Also, if he just like ran away instead of dealing with the problem, is that something that Veda would approve of?
Ooh.
True,
Maybe-
but if we go to this cave, because I think we're on the right path, and see what we're dealing with, maybe we will also want to run.
Maybe this is this thing that killed him is what Crentia wants you to sort out.
Yeah, is there any way to protect ourselves from becoming giant exploding bodies?
Don't get touched by it.
Don't
Great.
die.
Maybe it was some sort of poison? Or a curse?
Well, it looks like a plant, honestly. Do you know of any exploding virus plants, Prospero?
Well, just like a way to be protected from poison.
See, I said that like it was a joke, but I didn't really mean it as a joke. Do you know about any exploding virus plants, Prospero, period? I'm actually really concerned by this.
I don't believe I do. But perhaps let me try something. Can I cast detect poison and disease like on the spores that exploded outside of his body?
Let's see what that does.
Ah, yes, another day is an adventure where our mortality is challenged at every living moment.
It's literally the job.
You always have
Um,
like the best spells prepared. I was so shit at preparing the right spells.
I think that's one of the ones he gets always.
No, I don't always.
Oh. Danielle does like to just like randomly change her spells every single day. It's just for
Nice.
fun. Get to use them all. Why not?
Yeah, baby.
I wish I could change my spells.
Changing spells?
What are spells?
Wait, you guys are changing. It's like that meme.
You guys are cheap. I like it. I like it.
Okay, so you detect 3 sources of poison and disease.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Uh-oh.
one of them is coming
What?
from Atticus, one of them is coming from you, and one of them is coming from a bush, like 15 feet off from you.
Uh-oh.
What? Why am I poisoned?
Because
you failed your con save.
Oh.
Big old breath of death spores.
Oh, you also get to identify the kind. So the poison in the bush is just a poisonous berry, not anything too terrible.
Uh-oh.
And then you two are both diseased by something called spore disease.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Death bursteritis?
Oh no.
Well,
I don't know if you're supposed to get exactly what every single thing does, but I'll give you the name. I'm not sure how that spell works, to be honest.
wonderful. So we're going to die.
Well, I mean, I feel like at this point we probably caught it pretty early. If there's a
There's
shot.
gotta be like a cure for it.
I think I can help us.
That guy made it an hour away, didn't he? So we've got an hour.
All right. Wait. I think maybe this. Come here, Atticus.
Oh, I feel myself getting weak.
Does your stomach hurt?
Looks exactly the same as he says that.
Yeah,
I think. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
is
gonna
this
cast
melodramatic?
lesser restoration. on Atticus.
Okay.
Yeah, that
And I
Um,
want to
So that
end the spore disease.
okay. So then Atticus, that happens right before that.
Ah.
But it kind of cuts it off a little bit. We'll say. Um. Okay, sounds good. Atticus, you feel good? Feel fine?
I heard something there. Right as you did that, Prospero. There's
What do you mean you heard something?
a creepy voice saying, "Come join the colony."
Wait, what?
The
Are you fucking
the
with us?
It was in my head.
wait. Let me try it on myself. Hold on. I'm gonna cast
Yes,
it
you
on
probably should.
myself.
Okay. You cleanse yourself of disease.
Do I hear anything?
No, you heard that before. Like right before Atticus mentioned it.
Oh, we both hear that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's fucked.
well, I heard it too.
Oh. Do you want to join the colony?
I mean, is it a nudist colony?
What?
What colony are you guys talking about over there? Also,
I don't
You
should
know.
step on an anthill.
God damn it.
I let's avoid spores. Okay, let's stay as far away from this body as possible.
All right.
I'm not going to change anything then.
So we're not going to try to, stop whatever it is.
No, we
'Cause-
are. We are. I just want to move away so we can regroup together over here.
Can you like
Uh,
clean yourself off or something? You're covered in gunk.
Gunk.
um. Yes, yes, of course.
So that creature before kind of sounded like a hive mind kind of thing.
Oh.
What's
I'm
hive
gonna
mind? Can you
pour.
elaborate?
I'm gonna pour my water over my head.
Oh, like well, it kind of varies. You know how bees work? Well, they're not really. No, that's a bad example. It's like everyone makes. They're basically each different person combined together is one giant entity, which is kind of hard to explain. But I would assume that if we encounter any more people like this, they would be part of the colony. And I would advise extreme caution.
Yeah, the exploding dead guy kind of advised caution.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Not wrong.
to be fair, I did say it before the guy exploded.
Yeah.
Which is kind of doubly so now.
Doubly.
Doubly.
Yeah, and I guess in my head I'm kind of assuming that if we encounter anyone like this, they're either dead or soon to be. I wonder if there's like an extra step.
Wonder how contagious it is.
Yeah.
I mean, two people just got sick, just breathing the things in. Like, it's
Yeah,
gotta
but
be pretty bad.
what if Prospero hadn't done the detective-y magic and they were walking around with this disease? Would we catch it by being around them?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, me neither.
That's a good question.
Can I do like Alex? Can I do
Give me a
like a
medicine check.
history check, a medicine check on Zed?
Spore contagion.
You haven't heard of it before, but based on what you saw happen to you, what you're guessing is that probably wouldn't have like breathed onto someone unless you were somehow expelling spores. So maybe if you like
Um,
coughed really badly or something, but probably not. Like you probably have to like explode or something.
I'm gonna relay that to.
Interesting.
Well, I guess it's important to be cautious with this kind of thing anyway.
Um,
But
should we continue on then?
yeah, I mean, I don't mean to make assumptions about Crentia or the stuff that she would like to get done, but this does kind of seem in the vein.
Wait, could you repeat that?
This this kind of evil spore thing kind of seems like in the vein of Crentia, of like stuff
Yes.
she's not very big on, you might say.
You know, diseased plants. It does seem to be what she would want to eliminate, if I do say so myself. I know
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. I mean that was my thought, so it would be my guess that wherever this priest came from, that is probably our destination, like it or not.
Well, you guys said you guys heard a voice. Did it tell you where to go, or did you have like I don't know thoughts, feelings about which way to go?
It just told us to join the colony.
How the fuck are you supposed to join the colony?
But did the priest give us directions, or
He just said the cave, and I tried to get him to tell us where the cave was, and he did not say.
hmm.
Basically, he like kind of looked around and couldn't discern direction from undeadhood.
Undeadhood.
Is there like this doesn't seem like a place that would get too many people wearing new boots? Is there any like kind of like easy to track footprints in the ground?
Make a survival check.
Footprints on it? Oh yes, my highest stat.
Yes, yes.
Maybe you could try to convince the footprints to reveal themselves.
Um, based on not footprints because it looks like it's probably been too long. But based on the way he fell, you're thinking he probably came from the direction you were heading, and probably was moving.
Well, I guess that makes our decision easy for us.
So he came kind of like west.
Yeah.
Well, I guess just look out for a cave.
Yeah, sounds good. I think we'll head off
Alrighty.
that way unless anyone has anything else.
Nope.
Do we want to
It-
bury him or?
Oh, that's I'm not
Normally,
going near him.
I would say yes, but given the poison thing, maybe not.
Is Veta
Maybe we could get a little farther away.
is Veta okay with cremations?
Don't know.
In the past, when plagues have come through, they burnt the bodies.
Maybe that's a good idea. You know, normally I'm not for that, but why not?
Yeah, okay.
You guys are setting up a pyre.
A little bit.
Okay.
Gotta
Sounds-
like clear out like the local grass and stuff so it doesn't like spread into the forest, but
Yeah, makes sense. It'll
set it
take you a
up.
little time, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. Are you guys getting rid of his clothing and his bag and stuff too, or?
Not getting by the body.
I guess I'll go back and like take the bag.
Okay. Like he is like a traveling pack, like I said. He's also wearing armor, wearing some clothes. He has a warhammer. All right, so you guys like the body. It doesn't smell great. It does not smell great at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is also dark. So you guys are putting a lot of brightness and smoke into the air.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, okay, go on. But takes a little while. He burns away. How far away do you guys want to camp? Since it is camping time now.
What time is it at night?
I would say decently far away.
Right now it's really like 8 o'clock.
An hour.
Yeah, I give it maybe half hour away.
Okay. A good amount. Alright, sounds good. So you guys continue on, make your camp. Out in the woods, out in the mountains. Anything particular you guys want to do to try to protect yourself, or any watches or anything?
The tiny
Well,
hut.
Tiny hut?
Ooh, yes, go.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
I'll graciously donate my time for half of the time people are asleep. To watch.
Gracious of you.
Oh, great. Alright. Anybody else? That's 4 hours covered out of the 8.
Do we want
I'll-
to do like the two before, two after kind of thing?
Yeah, I'll do 2 before.
You
it
know when
wakes
you
up
do
early
it that
anyway.
way that like Gozak's trance is like split down the middle. If you do 2, 4, 2.
Yeah, that's true. Which, actually, I guess is probably too long that I don't think
Right.
you could actually get a... Yeah. I didn't even think of that last time. Because I think you guys did
Say what?
before. Well,
Yeah.
because if it's 2 for 2, he can't transfer 2 hours, take a 4-hour watch, and then transfer 2 hours. It would be transfer 2, interrupted by a 4-hour watch, transfer 4.
True.
Which we did before, and I just totally forgot.
I can do it like a 2-hour
I-
watch at the beginning or whatever.
Okay. So, Zoot and Solvay. Sounds good. Zoot, I think you said you were going to go first. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure, gotcha. The old double click. Thought I fixed it.
Hey, at least the first one's better this time.
Yeah.
You don't notice anything too much. It looks like something maybe approaches you, but it can't access you, so doesn't really sit for too long. It's like a large cat of some sort. Just kind of like checks you out by sniff or whatever. Walks away. Your break ends, or your break. You're at work now. Solveig, you wake up. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Well, the perception is even worse than Vespers. 17.
It's horrible. 17.
Yeah,
I
it's so bad.
I mean, it's only a +1. I just rolled high.
You don't notice anything too weird either. Doesn't seem like anything has followed you from the fire earlier. And finally goes that perception check, please.
Of course.
You don't notice anything. Nothing happened.
Because of the dome.
Yeah, the dome that's translucent on your side. How dare it? So you guys all wake up the next day. It is now the 23rd. I just wrote 22nd 3 times in a row. My God, kill me.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Hey, no wolves. It's morning time. Why are the wolves still here? I literally can't see the X. Oh my gosh, dark mode is so weird.
I turned off dark mode. It's the first time I've ever hated dark mode in my
I
life.
I don't think I
Terrible.
really like it, but
Terrible.
It's
It's a terrible dark mode.
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
we'll do mountain passes. That's fun. It's just not great, but we're gonna keep trying to. Okay, so yeah. Anything you guys want to do this morning as you wake up? Get going.
No.
Nay.
I don't think so.
Alrighty.
So anyway, I just lost my accent. Thanks, Alex.
I'm just talking like me.
Whoa.
Nuh-uh.
Well,
Any way that we can like preemptively protect ourselves against poison?
Don't drink poison.
Well, the unfortunate, I did have a way, and then I gave it to Vesper a while ago, which is unfortunate. It would have been pretty useful at this point. Let's see.
Vesper, who's that?
Well then.
Vesper's my friend. Well, I have books on it. I don't think I have. Looking for a spell, perhaps.
Happen.
Oh. Huh. Well, I can't do it for everyone. Oh, it only works for an hour. Maybe. I have the spell Protection from Poison.
Well, that does sound useful.
Yeah, but it is not prepared.
Less
'Cause
useful.
Why would I?
What damn it.
I should have thought about that. I did. I'm done.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, tomorrow maybe. I mean, I can make
Next
it harder
level,
for us to
maybe.
get initially poisoned.
If someone gets poisoned, I can make it look like they're not poisoned. Or they still be
That's
poisoned,
nice.
but they look
Super
different.
helpful.
We could just
Poison.
cope with the fact that we're going to die soon.
Yes, exactly.
You know, I feel like you say that every other day, so I'm not really in that mood. You know, I think we're good.
I mean, Prospero can just see if someone's poisoned, no? If we're worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, I also have the ability to do that now too.
Okay, just someone making
So
sure we're not.
We're double set. On that, at least. But yeah, unless you guys have potions or something, I don't think we really have much. Maybe, maybe we do like makeshift masks or some sort. That could be helpful. Yeah, actually, that seems good.
Going through my spell list, not saying this in character. Just see what could help with a little con save.
Yeah, I mean, there's like enhanceability, but it doesn't last that long.
That's just enhance ability is just ability checks. I don't think it saves.
I'll just go ahead and prepare that.
Oh,
Well,
it is.
at least you know.
Saves. Cool.
Now you know.
Zoot's going to grab like a bandana / work cloth. He's got something,
Yeah.
and like tie it around his face. Give himself a mask. So he's got like mask goggles on. Looks like he's about to go in like a steampunk desert world.
Hell yeah. Jeff will do the same. With
Hell
like
yeah.
a very small torn sock or something.
I love that.
Except I don't think he has goggles small enough. I think he's just gonna take a fragment of some sort of cloth.
I'll take that. You earn your goggles.
You have like goggles, but like really small for like familiar. That'd be a weird shopping trip. Anyway, okay, so is everyone masking up?
Yep,
Yep.
I put a little makeshift mask on Asterius.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think
The question is now: does Reynard believe in masks?
Oh no.
No.
Oh
I'll
no.
put a mask on.
Hey. God damn it.
The
Sounds-
groan came from everyone.
Might have had to end the campaign right there. No. Okay, so you guys head out, ready for accidental inhalation. That felt weird to say, but anything you guys want to do as you approach? You expect to get there within probably a couple hours. Actually, no, probably math. Probably within an hour, actually.
I should talk about something for 1 sec.
No.
No.
Alrighty. Well, then we'll wait for HP to come back. I'll do a pee break because I gotta pee.
Alright, everyone, pee time. Good luck.
Let's go.
Guess I'll go pee.
Guess I'll
Man,
piss
you only have
myself.
We
one
only have
bathroom?
one bathroom, so I don't wait. Damn it.
Oh god.
Did everyone go?
Yeah.
Well, Alex and Danielle.
This is our intermission. This is where we get to talk to the YouTube channel. We need a monologue.
Just just say stuff that doesn't, in like a couple weeks when YouTube reviews it, just gets Alex banned. He doesn't even know about it.
Couple weeks.
Oh, hey, Alex.
My videos are
Oh,
high
hey.
importance. They review it right away. I mean, that's pulling this many viewers. I mean, come on. This many viewers, sorry.
God damn it.
Every time.
That's a lot of viewer.
That's a whole lot of viewer.
Ha ha.
Ooh, those rolls suck.
Are we rolling?
Hmm.
What are we rolling for?
Oh my god.
Everyone put the green dice away.
Something safe.
I would. I would suggest stealthing once we get there, but like,
But where is where?
yeah, exactly. We don't really have a reason to at this point. So I guess probably not.
Sounds
we
good.
don't know where we're when we're coming up on it.
Yeah,
would be
yeah, it's
really
a bit
cool.
hard. A lot of your we're gonna arrive here in X is kind of guesstimates, especially when you have a full world map and the paper dragon's like, ah, yes, it's here.
I feel like if we like start coming up to like a village or a cave or something,
Right,
like
right.
because you mentioned like a temple / cave, so if we start coming up with something like that, I think we'd want to start stealthing.
Sounds good.
Just to clarify, we're at the basalt columns, right? Or we think we are.
That's where we think we're going.
I guess if we start seeing basalt rocks,
Okay, sounds good.
I'll start stealthing.
Salt's like a volcanic rock, right?
I don't know.
Yes.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think
Yes,
it's
but
igneous.
ish. Yeah.
I think it's a volcanic mixture, if I remember correctly.
No, it's
Mixtures
100%.
of igneous rock formed from the rapid cooling of low viscosity
Yes.
lava rich in magnesium and iron.
More than
Yeah,
90% of volcanic rock on Earth is based in basalt. Good thing we're not on Earth.
Nice.
That's just like science.
True. It's just randomly forming here. No, I'm just kidding.
In pillars. We're not in danger. There's no underground volcano.
Also common on Mars. Fun fact.
This campaign's on Mars. No. Okay, so as you guys are walking through the trees, you guys are decently close, so you can hear the ocean from time to time. I'd say actually more often than not, because you guys are kind of walking a little bit along the coast, and it's fairly quiet out here. Unfortunately, you do not hear the creatures that have been stalking you. As you are.
Spoilers.
God.
Yeah, spoilers. Hold on, let me just attack you.
Green dots. Oh my god, that's all. They're all.
They're trees.
Can I just randomly take the dodge action while walking?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, wait, yeah, Zoot is gonna tie
Didn't
his
we
shoe.
mention that while we're walking, we all just like occasionally just like freeze, take the dodge action, and then keep going?
Yep.
It's a thing.
It's like a game of freeze tag.
That is not how that works, no.
Oh, it is.
Sorry. Prospero!
I'm sorry.
Get your ass on that map.
Such a pretty ass.
Alright, so
Going.
Reynard, one's gonna
What
get
direction
you.
are we traveling, by the way?
West.
Spoilers.
So we're going. Oh boy.
Oh, come on.
This way?
You're going. Sorry, we're going that way.
Well, you see, the thing is, north is that way.
Oh god. Why can't north be up? This is the first rule of map making, Alex, is north
No,
is supposed to
not
be
always.
up.
Not today.
So west is this
Yeah.
way?
Can we just draw a
West
compass
would
in the
be.
corner?
Yes,
That
west
way.
is this way. We're headed this direction.
Alright, close enough.
Alex, he was saying that way, and I've never seen him do anything on the map, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys can't see the DM layer? What?
Whoa.
It's
Imagine
like that
driving
way.
with Alex.
It's like that
Just
way.
give us the compass.
Turn
Do
that
we
way.
want to,
Excuse
though?
me?
Yep, I agree with Emma. That's terrible map making skills, Alex.
Good. Here you go. Just for you.
North.
Okay, we take those.
Alright, so, yeah, these creatures swooping down from fucking nowhere. Cause they were...
Flying?
Yeah, they are flying. Fairly large, draconic looking in nature. Two large gray wings outstretched from their shoulders, with a single claw about halfway down. Do not have arms, but they do have legs, and at the end of their tail is a pretty nasty looking stinger. So they're gonna swoop in on Reynard, Zoot, and Atticus. And they're gonna make a claw attack at each of you. So on Reynard, that hits you. Zoot, that hits you, and Atticus, pretty sure that hits you, yeah. So yeah.
I would like to shield.
Shield? Okay. Yes. Yeah. 18, right? Yeah, it's 19.
Okay. As a reaction, I would like to attempt to blind it.
Oh, okay.
What, you got pocket sand?
I wish, man.
First of all, Raynard, you take a
I'd like
15.
a cutting word.
Okay,
Nice.
go ahead and roll.
I was just like, dude, there's so many people with reactions. Oh, that's
I
fair
I
can't
enough.
want to do one too.
click anything.
No, it's not. So Raynard, you take 15 points of slashing damage. Zoo, you take 14, and then what do I roll? Con save. So
Con save, yeah.
Guys, turn on dark mode and look at the turn order.
Kind of sick.
Why is...
There's one thing that looks good.
I rolled 21 on the con save.
Yeah,
And then Atticus, you take 15 points of slashing damage.
No shot that it looks good to you guys. The green
The
with
green?
light gray letters?
Yeah, no.
That's terrible.
The rest of it
Oh,
looks good.
I don't have the green with like letters because I don't have letters.
That's probably
with the
whoever's
green.
first. But
Yeah, it was my turn. I would say that then.
it's probably yeah. All right.
It was more meaning like they kind of shrunk it down and like rounded it off and stuff. But you're saying that well.
So they come down,
It's
do
not-
that, and then they're all gonna fly back up 20 feet.
we're gonna be playing this game, really, Alex?
Hey man. Got everybody. What is their initiative?
Now that we have a new melee puncher, we're gonna fight
All right.
some
First up, Prospero.
flying things.
Hey.
Okay, friends, raise your hands if you're squishy.
Oh, well.
Wait, how much damage did it take? by the way,
I
Alex?
just like quick
15.
question.
Yeah, 15.
For,
Yeah, what's up?
14.
When they flew away, no chance for opportunity attack.
No, you can. I just
Ooh.
no one said it, so I didn't know if anyone wanted to do it.
Oh,
Oh,
3 of us use reactions, including
Yeah.
you, Atticus.
Oh,
So,
true.
fuck.
Wait, that's true. I guess it's only Sylvie that gets a reaction then. If you want
I'm not. I am currently not going to use one. I'm just
Okay.
trying to understand the mechanic.
it? Yeah. No, they do not have flyby or flyway. What is it called?
Flyby.
I think it's flyby. Yeah.
Okay.
Nay. Okay. So, Prosper, what's the move? You got a squishy
Okay.
Atticus apparently.
To cast. Anyone else? Any squish?
I mean, I'll take stuff, but
I mean,
not.
I don't think this is in combat questions, so. I wasn't
Okay,
answering.
that's fine. I'm gonna cast aid on myself, Atticus, and Zoot at level 4.
God, what is
Let-
happening to my map?
So everyone gets 15 HP.
Let's go.
I gotta reload. Alright.
At level 4, you get 50.
Because it's 5 for 2, 10 for 3.
Back to 69.
Oh, it's level 2 spell. I see.
Wait, is this where you guys were before?
Yeah. We haven't moved.
Wait, so
These-
you weren't like this?
No, Solveig and Zoot got moved.
What the
That's how
fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
No.
they got
What?
moved.
No, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, you were there,
were here.
but you got moved over
Okay,
here.
my roll 20 was losing its goddamn mind, so that's why. Okay.
So much for the
Roll 20
illustrious
got weird
DM
too
layer.
because I couldn't move around. Like weird.
I don't know what happened. Okay, that was weird. Okay, Prosper, you got that.
And
Raynard.
then,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
as a bonus act,
Fuck.
I would like to use my natural blink
Oh.
Okay.
and be invisible.
Sounds good.
Hearty regeneration.
Oh my god, it's not working. Again.
Hearty
my-
regeneration of my forefathers.
Alright, we're gonna turn off dark mode and see if that does anything.
Yeah. Everything is fucked for me. Okay.
What the heck?
Good job, roll 20. You're really putting it together.
Yeah, right. Okay, I can see it now. Maybe if I just keep dark mode off. What is that square?
That is actually a cube, silly.
Just
What?
got cast. Sorry.
It is a hypnotic cube
Okay.
I have not
in the air above us.
So we all roll on
Oh.
this, right?
Nope.
No, in the air above you.
Oh,
There,
Oh, the air above us.
That's
Let's
smart.
go.
Let's
Get them.
Whiz save.
kill him.
What's 16? So the far left one above, like most above you, I guess, succeeds. But the other two fail.
so this one's still up.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, they fall down, huh?
Let me look, because incapacitated
I think
Pretty much dead.
can't take
bro.
action or reactions, and its speed is 0. So it's dazed flying, you just can't move. It's like dazed.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a mentally like frozen
Yeah.
thing, not like it doesn't like fall over. It's standing on its feet.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I mean, that's still real nice.
Yes. And we'll say to go. Can you shoot that one? It's kind of mean, and like point the one that bit me or scratched me, and give him a bardic inspiration.
Ooh,
Nice.
spicy.
Sounds
That
good.
is all.
Okay, so these two, they don't get a resave, right? Not on this spell?
Nope.
That's cool. Okay.
Who
um,
are the ones that are hypnotized?
I can put, we'll put
Yeah, the ones that can't do shit.
some
Alright.
shit on
But
them.
are they still able to fly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're basically stuck
Okay.
in the air. We're gonna do this clock. Like they're being hypnotized by a clock. Alright, so this one's gonna come down and try to attack you again, Reynard. Let's see. Yeah, it'll fly down and try to claw at you, Reynard, and then over you, it's gonna try to stinger at Zoot. So claws on Reynard. That's gonna hit you. And on Zoot, that hits you as well. Zoot, can you make a con save for me?
I'm going to use my cutting words on Zoot's sting.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Ah,
Okay, cool. That's
Sounds good
enough.
today,
So now it
dude.
does miss you.
Yeah, let's go.
I rolled 17, so just needed to roll a 1. So it does miss you, Zoot, instead. Gets a little distracted while it's trying to claw at Reynard. Reynard's this obnoxious man with a very shiny, bright pan.
Shite pan.
A shite pan. But you do take 13 points of slashing Reynard from the claws. And then it will fly back up. And the
I
other
will
two
swing
are straight chilling.
on.
Sounds good. Actually, where it is, you cannot, because it was using 10-foot reach on the tail.
Ah, rip.
Yeah, sorry. But Reynard, you can swing if you want. Oh, you're cutting words, so you can't even do that.
Yep.
Never mind. Go Zach.
I am gonna attack that dragon with a chromatic orb.
Your knock pattern's a minute, right?
Yep.
Oh, also, can you make a con save for me? Or a concentration check?
why? Is it con?
Yeah.
It is. I forgot that.
It
Sorry.
would be horrendously
like,
OP.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Chromatic Orb, go ahead and shoot.
Alright, I'm gonna upcast it at level 3.
What flavor?
Lightning, of course.
Nice, nice.
Harry. It's dragon.
Lava lightning. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. That's pretty good. Pretty good damage rolls. Alright, that does hit. This thing up in the air for 26 damage. Sheesh.
I don't know what Bardic Inspiration does. Like how that figures in.
You can do it as for damage or for to hit.
Yeah. You can save it for a minute too if you need it for another at some other point.
I'll sit on it. I'll sit on it.
Okay. Yeah. So that hits up. This thing reels back a little bit. It is looking real annoyed that its friends are just fucking sitting there. But obviously it knows something's up. They're not just frozen. They're kind of dazed out, but it doesn't know what. Any movement or anything goes like?
No, the score hasn't broken yet.
Alrighty.
So I don't think there's need to, run off and get singled out.
Fair enough. Solveig.
Are they all 20 off the ground, or did this one?
Yeah, they're all 20. It's flying down and flying back up
This
essentially.
one Blew up back up to 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I I'm gonna bonus action. Put in a supercharged wire into my arm.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna like move to position myself like there.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Anything else?
I will hold my action until something flies back down.
For a paunch?
Yes.
Or paunches, I guess. Alrighty. Atticus.
Okay. How high up is this one on
20
the left
peats.
here?
20.
20 peats. They're all 20 peats.
Excuse me?
How's it looking?
It's looking alright. It's looking alright.
Okay. Let's change that.
It took a pretty good chromatic orb, but it's not a flimsy critter yet.
Alright.
Yeah,
Con
I can one up you.
save. Get me a con save, please.
Con save, got it. What are you casting? Ooh, not great. That's 12.
What level?
Oh god. Oh god.
Unlucky.
That will change it, yeah.
Blight.
That
That's
will
a blight.
change it. One of its wings like withers and almost like fully just falls off. It's now like kind of keeping one wing up in the air, flapping
How
itself
tall is
around.
this, by the way, Grant?
How tall? You mean how high?
How
Oh
tall
god.
are these? Oh my goodness.
Alright, that's a lot. That's a lot. Here, I'm gonna just at least. Oh, okay. That's not what I meant to do. But alright, anyway. You cast a blight up on it. It is not looking great anymore.
I'm gonna bonus action actually toot the doot and heal Reynard.
Okay.
Oh my god. Every time I use it, I have to remember what the fucking hit points it. Okay. Or how much. Ooh, nice.
Nice roll.
11 health,
Nice roll.
Reynard.
Sheesh. Crazy bonus.
Hey.
Alright. Any movement?
It
is now looking at you, Atticus.
I pretty much moved. I'm just gonna chill back once and then.
After that pain. Alright, Zoot.
Okay, Zoot is going to cast a spell we have not seen before.
Ooh.
Vortex Warp.
Oh god. That sounds
On-
awful. What is it?
On it basically lets me teleport something if it fails a con save.
Ooh.
So
Alrighty.
I'm using this one in the air, and I want it to teleport to the ground. It doesn't take damage, it just teleports.
Alright. That is a 10.
It teleports to the ground.
Alrighty,
Can I
so
punch it twice?
you may now punch it, yeah.
You may now pawn.
Oh gosh. New care. Who dis? 21 and 15.
Yep, both hit.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Not too hard to hit.
19.
19, alrighty. It is looking real rough. It's hissing. It's like writhing backwards. It looks like it is no longer trying to be here.
Well,
Run away.
Anything further? Just movement.
yeah, I can't do anything else.
Okay, sounds good. Prospero.
Why don't they have names?
Frank, Steve, and Jack.
They're just all named Frank.
Oh.
Is this one Frank?
Yeah, they're all Frank.
No, that's Steve.
Okay. I'm gonna hit Steve with a bolt that guides.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the head.
Yeah.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Take that, Teeb.
Let's see, what's the... Okay, so the spell is now over. But it is
No
glowing.
longer invisible.
That is also true. So this thing gets hit by the guiding bolt. It is now glowing. However, it's like kind of shaking its head, looking around at what the F just happened to it. Gauging the sitch. Anything further, Prospero?
No.
Alrighty, Raynard.
Let's see.
This one's looking real bad.
You know what? We're gonna do it. Go for the big money kill.
Oh shit! What do you
That
say?
is the high.
That is a pretty high roll. It fails.
Oh.
What do you say? This is very
I'm gonna
important.
say. um, is it just your personality, or why'd your friends abandon you?
Oh god. Fucking brutal. That is a lethal mockery.
That's a brutal.
It just looks at
Not
you
bad, no way.
with sad eyes and falls over.
Okay.
That's fuck.
Anything else?
I will move. I don't know. Back. I guess I won't go through it because I feel like dangerous. What's falling on the sky?
Well, it was already down.
Oh no, that was on the ground.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna move over here.
Alright.
That'll do.
Alrighty. So this one, let's see. Nope. Alright, it's gonna fly up here. It will take a claw attack. Well, it'll fly down to you, Gozak. Take a claw attack at you, and then it's gonna try to stinger over to Prospero. So Gozak,
Okay.
that hits you. And Prospero, that misses you.
Okay. I'm gonna
What?
reaction. I'm gonna point my finger at it. Make a dex save.
Dex save. What the hell is this?
I'll figure it.
13. Pretty sure that fails.
That does.
I think it failed with
Ooh.
me.
Take 11 points of
You're
fire damage as you get
muted.
wreathed in flame.
Alrighty. So you, yeah. When did you get that? Oh, wait, actually, I know. Never mind.
He's got
Um,
reboot.
So Gozak, yeah, you angry point back at him. Oh, you still get hit though, right? Yeah.
It
sorry.
goes like just hellish rebuke.
Yes. Fire leaps up at the claws that strike you. For 10, you get hit for 10 points of damage, but you do
That's not
back
that
more
bad.
than that. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. So that is its turn. Oh, and then it flies back up again. And it's still glowing, by the way. And it is definitely assessing the do I want to be here situation. Gozak, you are up.
I am going to.
Rage. Got everything now.
That's the other multi-class, yes. I'm gonna hit this guy. I can use the spell charge bracelet twice a day. Well, I'm gonna cast this one at.
God.
Let's just go level 4,
Level 4. Shit. Alright, go ahead and roll the hit.
and I'll add the bardic inspiration to that.
Nice. It's a D8, so you can go ahead and roll that. Add it to your.
Unlucky.
That just hits. With
Oh.
that. Yeah.
What's up?
Alright, so that's 30 damage. Jesus. Another orb flies out of Gozak's hand, impacts the chest of one of these creatures. It is not happy. That does
Did
a
I
lot
do
of
that?
damage.
+1. So actually, there should be another D8 of damage in there,
Oh, okay.
because I actually
On the
sent you it
bracelet?
as. Yeah.
Okay. So another 6. Alright. Some decent rolls too. Alright. Sounds good. Anything else? Oh, actually, roll one more time too, because it was at advantage. So see if you crit, I guess. Just a hit.
Okay.
Or if you didn't need the bark.
Yeah, that's also true. I'll say, yeah, so you definitely didn't need that if you want to keep the inspiration.
I'll keep the inspiration.
Alright, sounds good. Sorry, I forgot about that. I said it like 3 times and I just...
Quiet.
Alright. Anything further? Any movement?
step back into the middle of everyone.
Sounds good. Our new great friend.
I think I want to be here. Puts me in the range of both of them, I think.
Yep.
I will once again hold my action for, I guess,
Some ponchon.
one of them to fly down.
Sounds good. Atticus?
Tis I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna use the big horn ability.
Ooh.
So everyone gets advantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Nice.
Not for the flying creatures though, Alex.
Are you
Sorry.
sure? I mean,
Not
you
gonna
can if you want.
the 10 creatures, but
Alright, so everyone has advantage,
Blanton.
including me.
nope.
What?
Still not.
No. Alright, any movement or anything?
No, we're chilling here. We're chilling
Alrighty,
here.
sounds good. Zoot.
Dude.
I will be firing a firebolt at that thing.
The less been injured, I assume.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Bam. Oh my
Oh,
god.
oh god. Oh, you. Oh, that was advantage. I don't know. That was a nat 1 and a nat 3. Does not hit. Right as you go to fire, the horn goes off, and it's compelling, but it's also a little distracting in the moment. Doesn't hit. Firebolt flies off in this guy somewhere. Probably kills a bird or something. I don't know. Any movement?
Yeah, Zood'll step forward.
Alrighty. I can delete this 20 feet, I guess.
It's 0.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. There you go. HP and height. Prospero.
Hmm. Yeah. Gonna hit this boy with. Fuck it. Another bolt. Why not?
Alrighty. Sounds good. Go ahead and roll her up with advantage. Oh. Oh god. Oh, that's so sad too. It's a natural 20 and there's 4 ones in there.
Oof.
8d6 comes out to 17 damage. Yikes. So yeah, you throw a pretty badass guiding bolt up at it. Not super great on damage, unfortunately, but it is glowing. It is pained. Oops, it didn't subtract. Why not? There we go. And it is looking to leave. Prospero, would you like to move anywhere or do anything else?
I will move here.
Alrighty. Reynard.
I will run it back, I guess. Oh, max damage roll for once. Let's go.
That's gonna. Oh, it fails. Wow, you're 16. Jeez.
I'll just say. So, are you guys actually supposed to be dragons?
Damn. Bro. Oh. Okay. Anything else? Any movement?
No, I'll just sit here, chillax.
Okay, cool. E is gonna fuck right off because this shit hurts him real bad.
Not even coming down for a poke beforehand.
No, he's really hurt.
Just ditched his friend. Zero.
There you go. Alright. Yeah, the other one's just sitting duck. Okay. Gozer.
What's the little timepiece mean again?
It is currently hypnotic. Once it gets hit, it will be unhypnotic, but it only lasts for a minute.
How long is this thing still hypnotized for?
a while.
Should we just get out of here?
I'm all for running.
I just want to take one more pot shot at the one that's running.
Right, but like this guy in front of me is like not attacking me. So like
Yeah, we've got like 30, 40 seconds on it.
okay. North is that way, so we're heading west.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we're headed in like this direction.
We're headed this way?
Yeah.
Red arrow. Red arrow.
That direction generally.
Zoo would like to take one firebolt pot shot before we start skedaddling.
Do you have the range
Rude.
for it?
I'm gonna dash.
Hey,
Firebolt's 120, right?
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. With advantage because it's still glowing. Okay. Okay.
Also gonna dash, which puts me off the map, so.
Bam.
You guys just hear a thud as it slides
Nice.
across the ground.
Um,
Lines it up.
Ah, got him. And then just gonna keep starting.
Prospero's just gonna be like to himself, like, I don't know if Crentia would condone running, but you know, they're gone already.
I'm just gonna
Raider,
see
make
what
a
this.
perception check really quick. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I want to like try to figure out more about them, but I can.
Oh,
do
you can make an
it.
investigation then.
Add 2 then.
Okay. What exactly are you trying to figure out? Like what it is, or?
Like yeah, what it is, if like it's somehow corrupted, because you know, kind of worried about that.
Okay.
That's a good point.
So nothing about this one looks too strange to you. Like you're looking at kind of both of them, I guess, because one of them's just chilling there.
Yeah.
Um,
Top view and bottom view.
Yeah. They don't look too terribly weird. They look like fairly normal, kind of like mountain wyverns to you, based on just the descriptions you heard in the stories. Nothing too strange. However, the one on the ground, very rapidly growing like mushrooms on it, like weirdly fast. Like this is the kind of thing you'd see over like days.
I'll go run to catch up with everyone and relay that.
Okay. Yeah, you get enough time to kind of do a quick view and run. Oops, sorry.
Does that mean go back and burn it?
Don't know if it means that or also kill the other one or cleanse it at least.
Can they be cleansed?
I don't know if Prospero cleansed Atticus.
I will say it looked a little bit different than the dwarf you found. Because that one you didn't really see anything on the outside of it, per se.
I think, I think perhaps this is something worth exploring after we. I don't think this is at the heart of the issue. I think there might be something magically different about this land that we're in now, or something about the vegetal life here. I mean, when we get far enough away, I could strike up a conversation with some of the plant life. I'm sure that it's always very useful when I do that, you know.
Oh, I'm sure. So we're not too worried about burning the bodies though, like Zoot said.
We can probably get away with it. We just have to kill the other one, though.
Or we can just wait till it leaves. Or maybe leaves.
Probably about now you start hearing wings flapping. Or, like, more aggressively to move it.
Pursuant of our direction, or
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like it's gone.
Yeah, maybe
Away.
we hide for a bit back. We don't want to fight these things again in the future. Caleb. I don't know. That's my thought. What do you guys think?
I agree. I think we at
I
least
agree.
should make sure it's not going to spread more, do more damage by leaving it off the ground
We-
there.
We did get rid of 2 thirds of them.
It's more we don't know what the mushrooms do.
No, I'm saying we can
Explode.
just. I'm just making a comment. We took out 2/3 of Sam.
Well, I'm not hearing shit anymore. Shall we head back, take a look?
I'll go.
Still not getting close.
Yeah, I'm hanging back with Gozek for sure.
Not
Leo's
dealing with that shit.
Go ahead and wherever you want to put yourselves in real time.
I'm going to tighten up that mask
Okay,
and stealth up to it, just to not attract any other creatures.
sounds good. Start walking quietly.
Here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stealth, but I'll put on a mask.
Okay.
Can I investigate this carcass?
Sure. What exactly are you looking for in particular?
Oh, I guess actually I'm more interested in the mushrooms. So, want to get a closer look at those.
Okay. So this is where everyone's gonna stand while Prospero goes in. For sure.
Yes.
Sure. I'm not getting over there.
Why do I keep rolling 16?
I don't know.
I guess that's not what I'm rolling, but
16 is the number of the day. All right, so you move in a little closer. Prospero, these look like fairly standard, mushrooms that you would see on a dead body after, some time spent. I'm assuming
Grow on dead bodies.
around the
Fun
dead
fact.
bodies. Well, they do here.
This is D, Emma.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's not
it's
real.
like Forgo science.
Magic and
Fuck
shit,
science. Can you fly with science? No.
man. Yeah.
Anyway, so you find the general fungi, and signs of decay that you would normally see on a body that's been sitting around for a little while. Definitely expedited, whatever that means, but it doesn't seem like it's, bloated per se or ready to explode. Not that you can tell right now, at least.
Whew. Can I talk to a mushroom?
Probably.
Quote for the day.
Except I would like to use my special bracelet so that
So it's
it
isn't
can
it speak with
answer me.
plants?
God, where the fuck is my bracelet?
I guess
your
Alex, time to decide if mushrooms are plants once and for all.
Bracelet or your bralette? Very,
Oh boy.
very important.
That was a
My
mistake.
dong.
How long ago speak with animals and plants? Yes.
Where
yes.
did I type it?
I have no idea. Is it in your bio? Okay, so let's see. What does it say if I click on plants? Nope, that's not right. Just sends me to Volos for some reason.
It's the one where they can answer me.
Okay. You can question plants about events in the spell's area within the past day. Gain new info. You might be able to perform other tasks.
Beads of druidic conversation.
Uh-huh. So you're using the speak plants, right?
Speak with plants.
Alrighty. Sounds good. So the mushroom is attentive. Just a mushroom.
The mushroom.
Hello, do you have a name?
This
What?
What is your name?
It doesn't seem to understand your question.
I am Prospero.
What?
Why did you grow so fast on this carcass?
Gee, I don't know. I still feel young.
You're like 30 seconds old.
Is that old?
Why did you grow here?
I don't know.
Do you like it here?
Sure, why not? Seems nice.
Do you have a family?
Well, I'm surrounded by my family.
What the fuck is
Do
going
you
on?
make a practice of growing on dead bodies?
Doesn't seem to understand that question either.
What is your favorite food?
Anything that sustains me.
A carcass?
Have you ever been in love?
Absolutely not.
We can't. Can we hear Prospero
No.
ask these questions?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you feel sick at all?
Prospero, did you
Not
eat
really.
one of those mushrooms?
We're having a conversation.
Are you talking to a fungus?
Hey, he's a fun guy.
Yeah, okay, there it is. Get it out.
How long do you plan on staying here?
Well, gee, I don't know. My whole life, maybe.
There's no way you think these are like the useful questions that we're looking
Is there
for.
a useful
Prospero.
question when talking to a fungus?
There's gotta
Do
be
you
something
know-
more than these.
What kind of creature you are festering on right now?
Festering? Well, that's just rude.
What creature are you making your home?
I don't know. Just sort of started growing here. Been here my whole life.
Do you know anything about sporing?
Oh. I think that's just... Well, I haven't talked to my pappy about that yet.
Could you introduce me to your pappy?
This better be in the fucking Instagram posts. The hidden world of mushroom.
You know, I actually don't know where he is. You know, how did I get here anyway? I'm sure
I
he
don't
spored
want
me
this-
somewhere.
I don't want to start an existential crisis. You have a great day, Shroomy.
Thank
Yes,
you.
be a good sport.
Oh.
Ask
Bye.
the mushroom. Ask the mushroom, why are you here? Do you know your purpose? Doesn't want
Who
it to
are you
have an
working for?
existential crisis.
God.
It was nice talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good
Raspberry.
day.
Did you get out a lot when you were younger?
No, I'm actually quite sheltered and a bit naive. It actually says that in my bio.
Oh,
Quick
yes,
question.
buy it.
Yeah.
Quick question about the spell. Do the mushrooms grow like mouths when they talk? Or
No,
is it just
absolutely.
like magical?
God, no. That sounds
Depends on
horrible.
if you ate. Depends on if you ate one of his cousins or not.
I am disappointed.
If you ate one of his cousins, they most certainly do, yes.
So maybe next time we should talk to a tree or something that's been in the area for a while.
Yes, that's a good point.
You know, like this one right here.
Bye.
Or this one right
Bye.
You're like still walking
here. Or
away.
this one. I hope that was informative, Prospero. I can't imagine it was, but.
Oh, it was.
Ooh, what did you learn?
So technically, Prospero did talk to the trees also in the range, because everything within 30 feet can hear her, or him.
Oh shit, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, then it's
you-
just all bunch of
plants-
bye, bye, bye. From all the
But I don't think he could understand them because he speaks to him like hears back differently.
Okay.
What'd you learn, Prospero?
That mushrooms are not the plants you should ask
Newborn.
about information.
Oh, yes. All right. Yeah, I probably could have guessed that. Ah, oh well. Is that who you're talking to?
Cute.
Can you do speak with dead on creatures?
No.
Yeah. All right. Get going. Wait, where are we going?
Well, we were gonna
Where?
come back and look at the bodies, but now, that was useless.
We were
Yes,
going
west, up.
west. Yeah.
Can we
I mean,
burn the body though, or no? Bodies.
I am still okay with burning them, but I
I
also-
don't think they have boring diseases. I just think that perhaps, like I said, things grow differently here.
Okay. I just
So
want to
I
make
don't
sure.
think burning them is necessary.
I mean, I feel like it'd be. Normally, I'd be on board with it. I think we're maybe a little close to a cave or something. We might alert people if we end up burning it. In retrospect, if we don't think it's a threat. So maybe we leave it for now, hit it on the way back, kind of thing. Is what I'm saying.
All right.
Okay. I'm sure we'll find this exact, area of this forest.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, whatever.
All right. So you guys continue on. Walk for about 10 minutes. And then Prospero, you hear something. Sounds like something moving through the trees, not too far off you.
Something moving through the trees.
Yeah.
Heads up ahead, people. Look up.
It's not too hard to find. She looks to be a woman, possibly dwarven. Wears like a kind of deep evergreen dress, not like fancy, but just fairly simple. Gloves and boots. Blonde hair that kind of escapes out the side of her hood, which she has up and over her head. She carries a small basket of something, like a wicker basket. She's walking northwest.
So she's walking in the same direction.
A little bit. She kind of like comes up at an angle from behind you guys.
It's
More
not
more
Green
north than anything
Riding
else.
Hood.
Does she notice us?
She seems to kind of be like walking along. Maybe a little bit, but mostly seems to be distracted just walking through the woods. Assuming you guys aren't taking cover, she will notice you fairly quickly.
I wave and smile very widely.
So random.
Hello?
Oh, hi. She kind of waves at you and, kind of like, not runs, doesn't sprint, but she like hurries over.
Hello, madam. My name is Prospero. These are my friends. Could you tell us where exactly we are?
Well, yeah, on the northern coast. I don't know exactly what you mean to find out.
Are there any, like, important landmarks around here?
Not particularly, not for the random individual, I guess. This is
Any
wilderness.
basalt cliffs?
Oh, of course, along the coast.
And if we keep heading west, will we get there?
Yeah.
Pardon me. I do have a couple questions. I was just curious if you could.
Well, I have some questions to ask you.
Yeah. Takes out his little his little notepad. He kind of licks his pen and
Gross.
yeah. Yeah, you go ahead and tell me when's the first time you entered the colony. Ba, ba, ba.
She's like, sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to hear.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Sure.
That
Rolling
is
insight.
actually
I'm not actually rolling an insight check.
okay.
She's very confused about who you are and this questioning.
Yeah. Okay. We
Let me
heard
see
some.
what's in her basket.
Oh, it looks like fruits. It's closed halfway, but the other half you can kind of see a little fruit stem sticking out.
Yeah, we've seen some weird stuff around the area. We were hired to take a look. If we,
I see.
yeah. Have you heard of any weird happenings going on with like exploding mushroom people and whatnot? Okay, that sounds
dear.
really weird.
No, not necessarily. I mean, weird happenings, sure, but not exploding mushrooms.
Well, what kind of weird happenings would you say you've come across recently?
Well, there's over at the temple. There's this like evil moss sort of thing.
Oh, that would be quite weird. Can you tell us a little? What do you know about this moss?
I honestly haven't gotten very close to it. Well, I saw a bird land on it, and it sort of ensnared it, and like swallowed it or something. Honestly, I wasn't looking very long. It was pretty horrible.
Have you seen any measures taken to try to get rid of this moss? Have people tried to, I don't know, set it on
You know, there
fire?
was a few people. Oh, not exactly. I saw a few people come through. They said they were going over there, but I don't know what they did with it.
Was one of them a dwarf?
Yeah. One of them was. There was four. I think there was four of them. Dwarven guy, elven lady, human, dragonborn. It was like, I don't know, 8 days ago maybe? 7? Somewhere in there.
It is unfortunate. 3 others, you say?
Yeah, I don't really know what happened to them. They sort of disappeared or left or something. I like your, and she like kind of gestures to you, Prospero, and your emblems. I'm a fan of Crentia as well. I don't know if she's much a fan of me anymore, but...
What do you mean?
Well, I originally came here to help with the temple, but my sister got sick, basically, when we got here, and she's passed now. And I don't think... well, Crentia doesn't give me her power anymore, so I think I did something wrong.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear about your sister. What is your name again?
It's Braidsby.
Braids. And when did you lose your connection with Crentia?
It was probably like a month ago, maybe less. A little bit less. I guess since I came out here, I haven't really kept as good track of time. I'm just
Did your sister?
Go ahead.
Sorry. Did your sister die from the sporing?
The sporing. Well, she had some weird, like, fungal infection or something, but I don't know what the sporing is.
You see, we came across a corpse of a dwarven man with an emblem of Veta, and his stomach bloated,
Oh.
and the spores flew out.
She like kind of like reacts by just like holding her own stomach, kind of a little grossed out.
Yes, it was dreadful.
Well, I can't say that that happened to her. So maybe something else.
But she had some sort of fungal infection, say.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I'm so sorry. And you said you originally came here to help Crentia's mission.
Yeah, I was supposed to help clean up the temple. Guess it's gotten old or something.
Well, I look back at the group and I'll say it seems that I would like to go to the temple. Should we go to the cliffside or the temple first?
Well, the temple's in the rocks.
Hell yeah, it is!
I'd venture to guess that's where we're intended to go, Prospero.
I can, sort of point you the way. The only reason I've stayed here is to hope maybe I could, if someone else comes along, point them the right direction, and then maybe she'll be happy with me again.
You want to join us?
No, not without my abilities. I don't think I would be much help.
What better way to prove yourself?
Well, I would be personally grateful if you would show us the way, and I, could intercede with Crench on your behalf.
Okay, well, I'll just, yeah, and she'll, like, start walking on.
Yeah. Follow.
Alright, so she leads you sort of towards the coast, until you guys see, let me change the music, because we can. You guys see basically cliffs ahead of you. I mean, they're nice grass-covered cliffs, but they drop off fairly far down, towards the ocean, not like a gradual, but, they kind of slide their way down. Go ahead and roll that, by the way.
Yep.
Seems like she's not going to go terribly close, but she kind of will point you the way down, and you can see these tall, kind of like white basalt cliffs ahead of you. Pretty sharp. Not too tall, but, fairly tall. Climbable, perhaps.
Oh. Beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. You said there was. Did you say there was a direct way up, or there was?
You can just walk your way up. She just doesn't seem like she's gonna go much closer. She just kind of points it out to you. If you just keep walking up there, like I said, kind of be careful of the moss.
Okay, so I feel like plan number one, fire, right?
Oh,
Or-
wait.
That does seem like the obvious thing.
Yeah, like it's kind of stupid not to try it.
Quick
Is that fire?
question.
Yes.
Here, I'll just text.
No,
Okay.
you can just.
Braidsv, do you know why mushrooms grow so quickly on dead corpses around here?
Not really sure. I thought it was a bit weird myself. Every time something dies, it seems like they kind of pop up. Not sure why. I've just seen a couple of fish wash up and stuff.
I fear we are dealing with some sort of corruption, or the land seems to feed off of the dead. Which, I mean, to be fair, all land does really fertilize it, But
Well, but generally not that fast, I don't think. I mean, 10 minutes?
no.
Yeah, especially fish right off the surf. That seems wrong.
Is Braidsv hot?
I mean,
Getting
sure.
to the important
I mean,
questions.
she's got a real nice beard.
Has Prospero identified her as a sexy woman?
I don't know, ask Prospero.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, roll for hotness radar.
Roll for attraction.
Yeah.
Roll an inside check. Is she real hot or just like baking hot?
Lord hot.
Roll for ass
I mean,
dump
she
truck.
seems like fairly kind and just like a more simple beauty, maybe, I guess.
What's that dumpy like?
She
I'm
hasn't
sorry.
turned and walked away yet.
I'm just gonna say thank you so much, Braidsby. We really appreciate
She does like
your
a kind of like a
assistance.
Bro.
bit of a courtesy sort of thing. I'm if you need me, I'm there's a hut down by the water. You just kind of like work your way down the cliffs. Not down the cliffs, but along it. It goes down.
Prospero. Given the nature of her sister's death, perhaps it's best to check her for poisons.
Well, he's checking her all right.
Oh, that's very true. Wait, one last thing, Braidsby. One last thing.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I use a spell to assess your health? Because if your sister was ill, I fear you might be as well.
Oh, I have some books, so I've been checking on that kind of thing.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah, nothing's shown up for me so far, so.
That's true. I'd imagine you're very capable as well.
It's a bit harder without
in
the
the magic.
magic and stuff.
Well, if you
The fucking noise that I heard from HP before that roll.
That's a general sketchiness roll. That's
well, if you should need anything, we'll probably be here for a while yet.
She kind of like nods at you and walks away.
Prospero sighs wistfully, watching that dumpy recede.
Oh my god. Stop.
It's not every day. Meet someone.
See, you say that. I feel she kind of felt a little shady to me. So
Shady,
Sort of
good sir?
Seemed like she wasn't all there to me.
yeah.
I beg your pardon. What do you mean wasn't all there?
Yeah.
She's.
I'm really.
It's sort of like she was unsure about her own words.
She seemed all right to me.
Right. Trying to interpret correctly.
Yeah. I think you should check her out next. Not the way you're
You do
normally
it from
doing
a distance, the poison thing.
Yeah.
Like 30 feet.
Wait. Don't let her go.
She's already gone.
No, it.
Well, we might want to stop on the way out. I'm. This might be weird.
Oh no, it is 30.
It might be kind of stupid, but I am slightly getting the leading people to their death kind of vibe.
Either that or she's like possessed, which might explain why she's lost her connection to Crentia.
Like supposedly, I don't know if they're like fungus, but like plant things that kind of like take over the host.
They take over the host, you say?
Something kind of parasitic.
Right.
I mean, she seemed fine to me.
I mean, if half the group gets a weird vibe, I feel like there's something there. I'm just saying. I'm not saying we like murder her or something. I'm saying we like check if she's poisoned. Just I guess we can do on the way out too. But
But okay.
yeah, I mean,
If
It is
there's
a
a
bit
way
odd
out.
that this,
No.
this random, well-dressed, ravishing woman is just sort of walking in the middle of nowhere with purpose. No,
I mean,
bit
she's
odd.
dressed kind of like a druid, isn't she?
I got that sort of feeling.
And, like, don't druids live out in nature and
If
like?
she had a connection to Crentia, wouldn't that suggest something else?
yeah, I would probably equate it more to a cleric. Or
What?
Well, maybe she was
Amazing.
lying.
or she was lying. Just knew what Crentia was and thought it would be an easy way to get us to go to the Death Temple.
The Demple.
Well, let's find this
The
temple.
the temple.
The Demp.
Crentia,
I
I
goddess of
feel like
death.
dying today.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to burn down half a temple.
What?
Hopefully we keep the good stuff.
We don't need to burn down anything yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone
Okay,
relax.
what material is this temple made out of?
Oh boy.
I mean, you don't see a temple. You just see basalt rocks currently.
Yeah, basalt rocks, easy.
Rocks
You
are pretty
can
hard to
burn
light on
basalt.
fire.
Exactly. Yeah, we just burn the vine, leave the rock.
Buh.
But where is the temple?
Up the rock.
Yeah, it's like straight up above it. We're like standing up, like in my head, 100 feet off from like the temple entrance.
Right,
Yeah.
but Alex literally just said you don't see the temple, you see rocks.
Yeah, you see a cliff face.
Oh,
basalt.
I misinterpreted that.
I thought she pointed like to a path.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a walkway that goes up to the cliff face where there's basalt rocks, and she said it's up there.
Great. So we should go that way.
Just to clarify, was this like a leads to the face and we're supposed to climb up it, or there's like a
Yeah.
pathway up around?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have to like vertically climb?
That's what it looks like.
Or
So there
horizontally
isn't
climb.
a path.
There's a path leading up to the rocks. That is what I'm saying. Up
Path
to
leads
up
to
to
the
the
rock
cliff
that we have
face.
to vertically climb.
Yes.
Why don't we just go the long way and go up the hill?
And like rappel down.
Well, I assume the temple's at the top of it.
I mean, I can
Like
fly
it's not just
around
like
and
a
see if
vertical
it's there.
shaft in the middle of nowhere, right? Like it connects to something at the top.
At the far side, possibly. Yeah. On the other side, I mean.
I mean, yeah, we can try that if you want.
Between the trees and the angle that you have right now, you don't see one, but
Climbing 100 feet is really dangerous.
You can just fly us up there.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Or go, Ken.
Because you don't climb. So that's my secret. And
Flying.
Reynard can
Wait.
turn into a giant bird.
yeah, your words did not come through on
I
that.
mean, I'd rather not.
The
I mean,
flying for me would be how I'd want to.
I mean, I'm kind of. I don't think we need to waste all that. If we have the option to potentially walk around.
That's
Yeah, just a thought.
But it would be faster.
I mean, it would be faster, but like, I don't know. I don't know what the moss monster does. If there's a moss monster, I guess I'm on the side of caution, but that's just my thought.
yes, we're not really.
We're
I
not
don't know.
really.
We're not really on a time crunch.
I mean, okay. Well, I can walk.
think that's what we were going to do. We're going to try to find a way to not climb up 100 feet on a rock wall with people that are super unathletic.
Okay. So you guys walk up towards it to go around, essentially, or like go in that direction. As you get closer to the cliff face, you do notice that there's like some sort of indentation in it. There was
Like
no
below?
like coloration. It's just some sort of like. You guys are walking around, so you don't have like a great angle on it, but
Just like a hole in the rock.
well, like it looks like some
Handle.
sort of symbol
Oh.
at the base.
That
Or?
temple?
No, just like a symbol carved into the rock.
Yep, just in the rock at the base, like
Just a symbol,
4
not
feet
a
up.
door.
And it doesn't like glow or some shit.
Nope, it's just as you're going around it, you kind of catch it. Mostly like Zoot and Prospero. Yeah, with your passive perception, you would kind of see it as you're just heading around. Just this like indentation. I guess if you stop and look at it, Prospero, it looks a little bit like the Crentia symbol with the spiraling.
It does resemble Crencha's symbol.
Maybe there's a shortcut here? I mean, it beats climbing the whole fucking mountain.
Why not?
It's just so I understand correctly, we are walking up to the cliff face. It is within reaching distance of us walking up to the wall of the cliff.
If you walk straight towards the symbol, Zoot, your like chest is gonna bump into it.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you just like walk into the cliff face, you're gonna hit this indentation.
So we do not have to hit a wall to hit that indentation. We do not have to climb
No.
the wall to hit that
No,
indentation.
it's like right at the bottom.
Okay. Well, I mean, there might be like a hidden door around here somewhere. Some easier way to jump in. I think Zoot's gonna do a little look it around, push the button, push the symbol, see if it's a button.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Try not to get like murdered by traps or something, even though it's like a temple to Crentia, so that's probably not the case.
Holy shit, oh my god. That is a very high number. You do not see any traps. You do not see any sort of like buttons or anything. I mean, with that high of a number, you're pretty sure something just has to go into it.
It has to go into it.
Yeah. It doesn't like, it's not the kind of thing where the indentation
Is it?
would fit perfectly. It's, I mean, maybe the size of like an...
Like, is it the size of Prospero's emblem, or is it huge? Because I was picturing
It's
like
small.
a.
No, it's much smaller. Like the size of like an orange.
Is it bigger than the size of my pendant?
No, it's, I mean, it's around the same size, I would say. Based on Zoot's investigation, it makes sense that you could probably just your symbol into it.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay, sounds good. It doesn't fit fully in, but it kind of like, as you slide it in, it presses in a little more. And some of the columns slide in or out to give you like a stairs, not quite that glamorous, but a pathway up. That would not require too much
Heyo.
effort. Just a couple of tall steps, maybe.
Well,
Until the steps break. And you plummet to your death.
well,
Yeah, it's on a time track. You hear a clicking or a ticking? No.
And go.
well, at least we don't have to.
It's not an elevator, but it's definitely a lot easier than vertical cliff.
Well,
Because-
let's mount.
Alrighty.
I am not walking in front of Prospero.
Okay, Prospero, you take the lead then. You guys start climbing.
I like push out my butt cheeks a little bit.
Just
as
the
I
butt
walk.
cheeks.
Just the cheek.
Not the rest of the butt, just the cheeks.
Put on a show.
Just like inflate or what? Like what?
No, I push my butt out. I just let it like pop.
Okay. Great.
Every 5 feet, he reaches down to pick up a rock.
Can that be a cantrip? Just like
Can.
inflate
And-
ass.
Ass inflate. What does it
Press
do?
digitation.
Find out next
Have
time.
one called minor illusion.
Press the dump.
Press the dumputation.
Oh no. Alright. That's it. We're done. No. Alright. So you guys start climbing Prospero at the lead. With
Prospero.
roundies in your face.
Yeah, baby.
You make your way higher and higher. Like I said, it doesn't require any sort of check or anything. It just takes a little bit to get up there. It's like 20% climbing and 80% walking kind of thing. But as you guys get towards the top, the few like plants that kind of grow into the little sections are more gray and wilted than you saw at the base. A bit gritty kind of in their texture. And you see this near colorless moss kind of creeping down the edge of the side as you get towards the top. It's like essentially white, grayish white, with just like maybe the faintest green color in it. But the path.
And when you say,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, when you say creeping, you don't mean actively moving.
No. It's just like it kind of reaches over the side a little bit. It's just like it appears to have, not just encompass the top, but also over the edge.
Okay.
Can I detect magic on the moss?
Detect magic on the moss. You may. Let me look. Detect moss magic. Nope. I guess like maybe a very loose. Wait, you get the score right? Yeah, like a very loose necromantic. But you also detect.
Evil. Sorry, go on.
Let me put you on the map here.
So detect combat, roll initiative, baby.
What's with the fucking hexagon?
Basalt, I try to figure why not try it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Our
the
characters
superior
are
grid.
not hexagonal.
It's okay.
The superior grid.
It really
Thank
is,
you.
but
We are being HCP packed, boys. Let's
you
go.
guys are currently climbing up here, so Prospero is like, it's like, we'll just put you in a line, I guess. That probably makes the most
Wow.
sense. Oh, and Reynard is climbing on Solway's back.
No.
Yeah.
And slamming down the ladder. Alright.
Just jumping over everyone's head.
So
Is
right
it
in the
concentrating on
center.
something?
Dude,
Yeah,
not.
he's concentrating on climbing, he's so
apparently
small.
Apparently his default is just concentrating on something.
Oh, really? Here, let me
Every
fix
single time
that.
we pull out a new one, it just has him concentrating.
That's a really weird and random. Here we go. That should fix it, hopefully. So you get a ping in the middle here as well.
Where?
Can't see. You're on DM layer.
What?
Where?
I'm not.
we
I'm
are
not on
doing
DM layer.
that.
Yeah, it's right here.
It's right in the wire. I
Where?
can see it.
What? I
Right in the
can't
middle.
see
Right.
anything.
Really?
I
Right
can.
I'm
there.
not getting any ping.
It's right. Can you see
Look.
this?
Well,
No,
now I
can you-
can.
What,
I was
Emma?
about to say,
I can
Yeah,
see.
so
But
No.
before I couldn't see anything.
it might have been a weird.
I will vouch. I saw one red ping on her screen, but I have not seen any of the other red pings.
All right. Well,
But she knows where it is now.
it's this. Can you see that?
Okay. Yeah, can
Okay.
you explain? So there's like the white, I assume that's moss.
Every darker color is like 5 to 10 feet down, so it's just like kind of layers as you're coming up to the top.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not like degrees of moss. Okay.
No. In fact, the moss covers essentially this entire white, gray, and dark gray, and kind of drapes down
So
the
we're
sides a
on
little bit.
moss?
Well, okay, not the spot that you're in, I guess, because the stairs that slid out. But you will be stepping on moss soon if you continue up to the top.
Okay.
Well, it's time to light fires.
But yeah, you notice you don't get a particular school on that center part, but there is a ping there.
So sorry, what is up there besides just moss then?
Nothing.
I guess
Where's your fucking temple?
Yeah, wait, what the fuck?
It's not like the moss has
Crentia?
grown over the temple and it's just like a
No.
blob.
No, it's pretty thick up here, but you be sure you'd notice the temple.
Maybe the entrance to the temple is the thing in the center.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
maybe.
Can I walk up?
This is just me.
Are you
You're
stepping?
just gonna walk through the
stepping on the
deadly
moss?
moss.
No, hold on, hold on.
Yeah, I'm stepping on the moss.
Okay. Okay, you step on it.
Fine, I'm gonna let Prospero fucking step in the moss.
Okay.
I'm just gonna watch though. I'm not following.
So Prosper, you get to about here, before
It's currently
it
working
gets
on
a little
fire
sticky.
right now.
Hey, what's happening up there? Those of us in the
Prospero's
back
being
can't see.
stupid.
What do
Yeah,
you
Prosper just
mean?
stepped in the moss. We literally said we were gonna set it on fire. We don't talk to moss. We don't negotiate with moss.
Especially deadly moss.
So, God, you guys have the lowest passive perception. You were up there. Alright.
I have a 16.
I don't know what you're talking about. My passive perception is amazing, Alex. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
It's the same as Atticus's, yeah. Both amazing.
Mine's great.
Dude is currently holding a torch and
So
is ready to
Prospero,
fucking onto the-
you realize that your foot, most of your boot at this point, has been kind of grabbed onto on one side, and it's starting to form its way around the rest of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, it keeps going up your other boot now, and up to your ankles.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I didn't really
It's
have a
gonna
plan.
Yeah.
He's just gonna
Um,
toss the torch towards Prospero. Yeah,
You're
try
like-
to use this.
20 feet down from where Prospero is.
Good throw.
Wait, we're
he
20.
knows
Oh,
where.
I thought
Yeah.
it was the other way. I thought we were.
No, it's up. So Prospero's above you, and then there's the lighter gray, and then there's the darker gray, and then the brown is supposed to be the ground. But there's stairs that kind of, yeah, it kind of twists around. So the
that's
stairs
okay.
like go in and then kind of back out. So it's not a perfect like just straight up. It's a bit of a
Is there
winding.
moss here?
You could probably find a spot like probably right there that doesn't have too terribly much.
I'm gonna go there and try not to step in anything.
Okay.
And then I will Does my height get me at eye level here?
Yeah.
Can I hold my hands up and just shoot burning hands like out at Prospero's feet?
Yeah. Prospero made dex
Burn 'em.
save.
With disadvantage.
And the ground, but like
Right. Okay, so go ahead and roll the damage on that.
is it 3d6? I don't fucking know.
So
Burning hands might be 3d8.
It's
No.
3d6. Oh,
Okay.
I just rolled 3 ones, so it's 3. 3 fire damage.
Alright, Prosper, you take 1 fire damage. As like 2/3 of the flame just like pummels into the rock in front of you, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't aim that very well.
Don't do that very often, so you know.
But there is a good amount of the moss that is burned away, like kind of right on that peak in kind of in front of you. But you notice it kind of like slowly back.
Oh.
I wanna. Can I use the
It's
cantrip
regeneration.
Word of Radiance and look down at like the moss that's on my boots?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage for that. Is that a save?
It's a
Okay, save.
con save.
Okay. It's not safe.
Dumb moss.
Okay. So you burn away with some holy light the moss around your feet. You are now free.
I'm gonna run. Can I run back there?
Yeah.
Does the moss? I guess I'm not there.
And you watch the moss reform back where you were
What's
just
its
standing.
regeneration rate?
It's pretty quick.
Like, is it like 6 seconds and it's back to it, or?
I would say the stuff that you burned away is done by the time Prosper runs back to you. It's looks like it hasn't been touched yet.
Flames don't like catch on.
Not the way it might with standard moss.
This is advanced moss.
One might even say deadly moss. Well, temple's ruined. I think we can just leave and call it a day.
Check that
I
one
was
off
just
the
thinking to-
list.
Yeah, one big bonfire right in the middle. That's probably the move.
If you
right?
guys want to squish together, you can get everyone up to at least like Prospero's. So here, if you want to just go like, you know, like this kind of thing. You won't have much room if anything happens to maneuver, but you can all stand up there with relative ease.
Okay. So, looking out on all this moss, does there seem to be like a origin point? Is there like a center? Is there anything that looks?
Make a
Different.
perception check, Solveig, since she's the only one up there that can properly see. Well, I mean, if someone else wants to walk up there, that's tall.
No, it's fine. 14.
14. It looks like it gets thicker the more farther into the center of this kind of column that you go.
So, like, maybe there.
Potentially. But it's definitely thinner towards the edges, kind of, especially as it goes down a layer. But it's pretty damn thick. Like, this is like big spider kind of thick.
I hate fucking spiders, Alex. Stop.
A spider.
It does look like a spider web.
Nice.
Gross.
Or like a layer of snow almost.
Suddenly you see 8 red eyes.
It's just for college kids.
Oh.
Zoot's gonna pull out the ye old Dragonborn iPad.
Okay.
And see if there's anything funky going on. Any weird boops. Like continuous magic going on.
Make an Arcana check.
I would love to. Dude, he cannot read this fucking thing.
No, nothing seems to be going off right now.
Okay, I have experiment to conduct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I put a splatter core into my arm?
Ooh. Okay, what setting?
Liquid acid.
Kind about right. So yeah, you guys see, this is probably the first time you've seen up close as Solveig kind of just like takes this little vial and chink, and it kind of like slides in and then slides down, and it's for the most part disappears. And let me double check that I know what I'm saying on this one. Yeah, so the arm does a bit of like an Iron Man transformation. Just shifts a little bit, and a dial shows up, and in place of her hand, which she seemed normal, worked with her, there's now just like a, I mean, for all intents and purposes, a cannon. A launcher of some sort.
Yeah, so I can go for 30 feet, I think.
Oh yeah.
Is that how that works? I have 30 feet.
30 feet
Alright,
range, yeah.
so I'm aiming for the center, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
an acid bath bathe it.
All right, so you launch it, and this like very dark, liquidy, nasty lands on the ground and just starts to burn everything around. Go ahead and roll damage, and also roll a perception check for me.
Alright, 8 acid damage.
All right.
And 19 on the perception.
19. Okay. So you watch it burn away. It doesn't burn like every single thing, but it puts some heavy holes into this like web of moss.
Like this, and then everything within 5.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
That
basically
spot.
this whole
Yeah.
section just splashed. You notice that middle section, you now kind of realize this whole top part is fairly flat, and the middle one, it looks lower, like maybe a few inches. It's kind of hard to tell at the angle, but you also notice with a pretty good roll that there seem to be, as the moss kind of is burned away around it, there's like some sort of etching in the stone on every, like in basically a circle around this center.
Hmm.
So this kind of like
So that might just be the temple,
some sort of like words or something in
maybe,
this kind of
or
a
like an
loop.
entrance sort of dealy backer.
Yeah,
Okay.
potentially something along those lines. You can't quite catch the words, but they look to
Right.
be etched, either painted or slightly glowing. This like kind of light green color.
Well
Okay.
done, Solve.
And then my next question, which is my experiment, does it regrow after it gets hit with acid?
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck
It's
it.
slower. It is slower.
Run, 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 run. Can
Just
Prospero
do
like
it.
run?
You can, if you want to run.
Run, 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 run. I'm gonna go up to the shiny thing, and does it look like a rune? Does it look like it'll hurt me?
I cannot click on you all of a sudden. Oh God, not this shit again. Oh God, yep, it's doing it again. Okay, Prosper's in the middle, right?
Yep.
Great. For me,
Let's
he's
go
in
now.
the same spot. Oh, it's go now.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Oh.
If
Go
you
is
can
on
move
top of
yourself,
me.
please move yourself back. What the hell?
I'm reloading.
Yeah, same.
Okay, now I can move stuff.
Get off me.
All right, so you running up to here, right?
Yep.
Up to the center. And how long do you want to stand there?
Well, I actually wanted to stand to the side and look down.
Okay. How long do you want to? How much time do you want to spend there?
I don't like that question.
Well,
30 seconds.
you will notice like very quickly that this moss is gonna try to bind you. 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good amount of time. Remember, D&D rounds are 6 seconds.
Fine, 10 seconds.
Well, you can do whatever you want. I'm just making sure.
I just want to see if it's a rune.
Okay.
How long does that take?
Well,
5 seconds?
I'm just asking how long you're spending
10
there.
minutes.
3 hours.
There are words etched around a sentence on each hexagon space around the center. The center looks to be maybe like, I don't know, 3 inches deep. But you see the words.
Okay, I'm gonna take my dagger out and slice my palm and, let blood drop the...
Okay. Blood droplet falls. The moss almost seems to like absorb it very quickly. And then you see the reddish color from the blood like disappear into this real tiny little crack that's kind of at the edge of this center. So it'd be
Okay.
like this. And then the moss covers up the rest of the way very quickly.
Am I trapped yet?
You're getting there. Yeah. Why don't you actually wait, sorry. Yep. Yeah, your legs are now untrouted.
Can I try my word of radiance again?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
Free me. 9.
Okay. You get most of the way out, so you can move a little bit. Yeah. We get about this far, and then you get trapped again.
I want to try and burn him again.
Okay.
Wee.
Okay. You get out the rest of the way. I have this drawn hexagon just stuck there now. That's so troll.
Yep.
Yay.
So
Oh,
each
there it
of
goes.
those hexagons have different things on them, or that was on all the hexagons?
Here. So let me. So like that is basically where the words are.
I think it's like one line on each of the faces.
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
it said.
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to verify.
Ow. Hit my desk.
This music is far too calming for deadly moss.
Let me find something better.
Yeah. So just to
Meat corridor.
just to make something, I'm pretty sure I can get us like a pretty decent path there when we need to go in.
Do we
I
know how to get in though?
mean, shouldn't we like try to kill all of us somehow?
Yes, but I guess I'm thinking maybe there's something in the temple that's causing this in general. It's more like a defense grid more than a.
What if we go into the temple and are just like swallowed by moss?
That would be a problem, yes.
If we
Can I try water? What happens? Does water react with it?
You gonna run up there?
You're gonna
I'm just
water the
gonna
moth.
Just water the moss with my water skin. Like, I'm not gonna walk into it. Just like,
Oh,
Yeah,
just
I'll
the
try
moss in general, just like next to you.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you drop some water on it. I mean, it's wet now. It doesn't seem to react weirdly.
Try some thunder and lightning damage.
It most certainly does not absorb in the same way that the blood did. I'll say that.
Trying to find something that actually like does
Understand.
something to it.
Yeah, Zoo will come up and
See
like
that
try thunder and lightning.
Just like on the moss around you in general.
Yeah, just like
Okay.
punch it, see something works, see something doesn't.
I would like to punch the moss. All right, yeah, you do it. It seems to affect, does damage. It heals up shortly after. Doesn't seem to be different than the rest so far.
I'm gonna try
I don't know what it is
psychological
spell
damage.
that can fucking stop regeneration. That exists, doesn't it?
Chill
I-
time.
Raynard, what do you say?
Word kill.
Shit, I wasn't ready for this.
Power word hedge.
Let them talk. Let them talk.
Okay.
Can I try to charm the moth?
If you want
Love
to.
it, love it.
Alex, I'm gonna do that on the moss.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Benjamin,
this
you
is
go
just too
first.
moss for me.
It does definitely look less effective, Atticus.
Oh, mother.
What happened?
That apparently.
Tried to
Wait,
use tilt.
hold on. Let
tilt
me
touch.
look something up before I say
Wait.
anything.
It stops healing, so I feel.
Can we say what we're doing just because we've got a lot of people doing stuff?
Atticus is chill touching. Reynard is insulting the moss effectively, apparently.
They can hear.
To regrow after psychic damage?
Yeah, it does.
Damn it.
Necrotic seems less effective, and it does regrow.
Oh wait, no, we've already tried radiant. What other kind of damages are there?
Actually, wait, let me double check something.
I'm gonna
Cold
shoot it
damage?
with a ray of frost.
Hey.
Oh yeah, we haven't tried cold.
That's my fucking specialty, bro.
Oh, okay, so you throw a ray of frost in there. It clears out a little bit of a space. Reforms.
So I thought that was it.
Can I try and... Does anyone want to hit it before I try and charm it?
What? Like just like try brute like bludgeoning damage?
Someone did that, didn't they?
Zoo punched with his gauntlets, which don't do.
Thunder and
They're,
lightning.
yeah, they're magical.
It's fucking
I hit
sticks
it
to
with
my
my mace.
fist. I will be pissed. I will punch the fucking moth.
Okay. Make a dex save and also roll a hit.
Bro.
The hit is an 18.
18. Yeah, that hits the moss. You don't hit a rock.
So,
Save.
how do you even
I think
miss against moss?
I
feel like-
have proficiency in. Nope, that's a different thing. So 15.
15. Okay, so you don't get stuck. And you do give the moss a nice punch. It like kind of like curls up a little bit in the spot. But doesn't seem as effective as magical damage. It is a little squishy, a little spongy.
Did it regrow?
Yeah, regress. It's punching damage.
I
You
like
found
that
it. No, I'm just
someone
kidding.
can try slashing and piercing, but it's not bludgeoning.
Did you guys do fire yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
couldn't remember.
started with fire.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Turns out it was fire all along.
Can
If
I
it was, I'll
detect?
be upset.
I want to detect poison and disease.
Detect
This
poison
whole
and
thing
disease.
is gonna just light up.
Christmas tree.
I don't think you don't get anything on poison disease.
Oh, never
No.
mind.
So Zoot's just gonna start lighting up the middle part with firebolts, see if there's like something we missed.
Okay.
I'm
Like,
gonna
see if
help
there's
out.
some more additional writing.
Okay. So you can kind of carve out like over a minute or 2 or 3 or whatever. You don't see any more writing.
Okay. And there was, besides the vines eating the blood, there wasn't anything else.
Nope. So acid damage seems to be slowing the regeneration, but that's about it.
Only we had.
I can only do so much acid
Yeah,
damage.
only we had like some consistent acid damage in the group.
All we need is more bombs.
Okay, well, then I will just take a minute to think about
I'm sorry. Fire would have slowed the regeneration as well. Not stopped, but it would slow. My bad.
what is needed most but hard to give.
Needed most, but hard to give.
Besides money?
Faith, affection.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, I'm just saying what I think it could be. Not that I necessarily agree with the
Air.
riddle.
I think it's life personally. I think I might need to sacrifice.
Speaking from experience, don't sacrifice yourself for your god.
I think I might need to.
Crunch is a little more chill though.
Whatever, Alex.
What's
So-
done is done.
So I don't think it's asking for life.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
'Cause
Too
in order-
late. Prospero like holds a dagger up. No.
Oh, God.
Life
God.
in the riddle is defined as being treasured most, not what
Right.
is needed most.
Needed most.
It makes a distinction. So it can't be life. Arguably, it can't be nature.
Right. Give us joy, purpose, beauty.
I think it's one of those three.
One of those three? Right.
Yeah.
So something that gives us joy, purpose, or
Or
beauty.
Or beauty. Well, Prospero, time to shave off those ass cheeks.
Do I need to cut off my hair?
Shave off your ass cheeks.
I mean,
What?
Atticus is gonna flip a gold coin in there. Just check.
are
Okay.
you a
Just
true
kind of throw it in the middle.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It kind of bounces onto the moss. It's just sitting on top now.
Zoo would light it up. with
Deduct
fire.
that from your coin.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you light it on fire. Okay, yeah. It falls down.
That Prospero should be the one to do whatever
Oh
this
yeah,
is.
100% Prospero is the only one that is a true.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Was that
I
not
didn't know when
obvious?
stop me.
I'm just saying.
Well, what gives you beauty, joy, or purpose?
I
That's
think,
not mysterious.
based on our previous conversation, quite obviously, my mission for Crentia gives me purpose. So I think perhaps I could put my pendant in there.
Hey, what if you can't get it back?
Oh, I regifted. I see.
I think that might actually be a good answer.
That I'm fucked. Asterius gives me joy, but he's not going in there.
Yes.
Um,
I literally said
It's
What
possession.
did you
arguably
use?
the hardest to give, which fits the riddle perfectly.
We're not gonna dunk a fox in there, and not a
I
stereo.
look at Asterius and I'm like, no, I can't. I can't
All
do
for
it.
sacrificing a fox.
I think Reynard is brainstorming something, but I have no idea what it could be.
No, that's just how he looks when he's zoned out.
I'd give myself over Asterius.
No, I
any
think
day.
I think the pendant might be a good guess, and then we can.
Yeah,
kinda
but
light
if
you up.
that like
I feel like
That's
if
how
it's
she
the,
gets her. Sorry, he gets his power. No.
I also feel like
Sacrificing your ability to do magic.
So you're saying if we just take off your pendant, you can't do any magic?
Well,
And Atticus just kind of goes to take it off, be like,
that is kind of how it works, isn't it, bartender?
Yeah, you need to focus. Well, I mean, technically, as long as you have all of the material components for each spell, you can still cast it, I think. Pretty sure it's the same as, like, Arcane. Hold on, let me double check that. Might be talking out of my ass, who knows?
well, we
Usually
needed
are.
we used the pendant for the stairs. No, I feel like that would be silly for it to also open it up right after.
Well, the pendant wasn't expressly made for the stairs. It just happened to work.
But it feels like the same thing.
Oh, okay, well, we can put a piece of string on it and fish it out later if you want.
Yeah. So it's just like a spellcasting focus. So technically you can cast magic without it, but you're going to be completely gimped, for sure.
Mm.
You're going to
Does
need no,
anyone
like,
have a very
the
long rope?
branch from a tree struck by lightning kind of spell shit.
I've got 50 feet of rope for you.
That the moss will probably try to eat.
Yeah, that's fair.
What is needed, though? Why would they need Asterius? Why would they need my pendant?
No, it's what
My
you
boy.
need.
You need
It's
most.
what you need most. Swear to God, if you put me in
No,
there, I
it
will
says
shoot
that which is needed most. It doesn't say who's doing the needing.
A true devout. Who is more devout to Crentia here than you? No one? Yeah, didn't think so.
Oh, are you saying if someone is devout, they give what they need more? I think it's like give what is needed, like the other person needs.
What is needed? I'm thinking it's the other person, not what I need the
Other
most.
person.
Huh?
I
I'm-
don't know.
I'm very
But
confused. how this-
syntaxically, it doesn't make sense for it to be something that I need.
I
I
think you're
agree.
just looking for what? A
Alex.
true devout gives that much.
Alex.
What? What's up?
You would assume I have like some like scraps of food lying around from like
Yeah. Just like
I want to throw
rations.
some I want to throw some food on the moss
Just anywhere on the moss?
Have a ham
Well-
sandwich.
nearby.
Oh, I guess I'm asking, are you throwing it in the center or just like onto the moss in general?
No, just onto the moss.
Okay. Yeah, the moss will slurp slurp. It'll like kind of fold it in.
But
Slurp, slurp.
is there still a bump?
It would. Yes, it would stay there. Just a little bit of a. It's like a spider cocoon, I guess, when they kind of like leave it there. If that makes sense.
Can someone with the fire cantrip hit where I threw that piece of meat?
Yeah, I got you. Zoot finger guns it.
Pew.
Okay, you shoot it free. Moss breaks off of it.
Is there a charred piece of meat there?
A little bit, but it's not too bad. It was mostly directed at the moss, which absorbed most of the damage.
Okay, so he knows the moss isn't eating anything now.
Good. So I think we can tie my pendant to a rope and throw it in there, lasso, you know?
All right, do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I look up and say, Crentia, forgive me.
I
I
mean,
just gotta say though, if that is the right answer, I don't know if being on the rope would actually make it work. Like,
Well, I'm
it's
sure as
probably
hell not putting it in there
Is
without the rope.
her charm made of metal?
yeah.
Wood.
Wait, what? Oh,
It's made of wood.
I
Yeah.
guess I said you could design whatever it was.
You just funded it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or made it, or whatever. I can't remember.
No, I made it.
It's wood.
Then you put something metal on it.
Mm. I see what you're doing. You could tie something
I
back
don't
in there.
know. We got anything metal?
The clasp of the chain or something.
Sure. Yeah, there's a chain on it.
Would you have a metal? I mean, like, surely someone around here could, like.
Zoot has
I'm
a
pretty sure
million
Zoot has
metal
some random scrap metal.
Give me some little trinkies, some little trinket.
Are
Yeah,
ball
we
bearings
get-
metal? I think you have ball bearings there.
Yeah, I have ball bearings. Yes, they are metal. Could do.
Can you like connect it to the emblem in some way that would stick?
Yeah, I could do. I have a bunch of string. I have a bunch of like wire. Probably some form of like string wire contraption.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Fuck, I could probably even solder it if I wanted to.
I don't know that, man.
I mean, he's probably got some way to make it pretty secure.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case we don't have to tie it to a rope.
Okay, well if you got it, yeah, I've got like a jeweler's kit, so I have like materials to do that, to like chain it up to.
Easy enough.
I'll put a new core in my arm though.
Oh yeah. What does this one do? I know what it does, but what am I supposed to read? Oh yes, sparks. I'm assuming it's the wire.
I haven't activated
Or
it.
no,
I just
sorry,
put the core in, so.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
So are we good to just toss it in and you're gonna retrieve it?
I can if it doesn't do anything. I'd burn a hole where it needs to go though.
Well, arguably, this is one of the hottest things, so hope Crentia likes it.
Zoot's gonna light up the area.
Okay, burn a hole through the center. Might take 2 fireballs, but
and a path for
okay.
Prospero as well as I can. I can't probably keep it.
You could probably slap down like 1 or 2 like steps to leap from, and then a hole in it. But yeah, that's probably about it.
Yeah, I recognize I can't like hold a consistent path, but like clear out the area that Prospero would be walking on is.
Yeah, help him fight his way in, fight his way out.
Yeah.
All right, so you're dropping your symbol of Crentia into the center.
Yep, and crying a little bit.
Okay.
And then running back.
Alrighty. So you drop it in. Nothing seems to happen.
Do the runes react at all?
No change.
Oh, thank God.
Nice.
I take it out.
Run back in. Okay.
Yep.
You are your full leg is slurped up, wrapped up in moss at this point. You are now grappled and restrained.
I'm grappled
And restrained.
and restrained. Light me on fire.
Yeah, I'm lighting up the feet.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Light up the peat.
Okay.
That's a big damn.
Easy enough. You yeah, true. I guess you singe off the whole thing. Your firebolt just like cuts at the right spot for it to just rip the rest of the way when Prospero runs through it.
Amazing. Thank you.
Do not hit Prospero.
Prospero. You can create plants and like flowers, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you make some flowers grow in the center?
All right. Well, it's kind of a sensory effect, so I don't know if it would really. It's not actual plant. Well, perhaps.
Do you have any things that can grow plants?
Yes. Need to see if I have it ready.
Be like Druidcraft now.
No, the spell is plant growth, and I always have it ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Oh, but that's a big radius.
That's okay. Just make sure a little bit of it gets on where the runes are.
All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on this point become thick and overgrown.
Oh no.
Let's XL the moss. Yeah, that's a great idea.
So a creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
So that grows plants already there. That is very surprising that plant growth does not just make plants.
Yeah, I thought it would
channels
just create.
vitality
Oh, that's up to
into plant within a specific area.
Well, probably shouldn't do that.
Don't you have Druidcraft though? Can't you just?
Yeah, but it's a sensory effect, so I don't know if like.
Oh.
I'll try it. I create like a little
Druidcraft should just make something. Yeah.
a little daffodil that
Okay.
I put in there.
You grow it into the center. Doesn't seem to be any change.
Are you kidding me, Alex? The thing that's not needed most by the goddess of growth and conservation is plants. Back to the drawing board.
Oh, maybe I'll do a.
What does the temple need most right now?
About 1 quart of oil and fire.
It doesn't say what the temple needs most.
No, it doesn't specify a subject that needs most.
Also,
It doesn't say who is doing the kneading.
Yeah, you sure we don't have like an extra word or two we're missing?
It's a misleading passive
Pretty
voice
soon
here.
I'm gonna need to leave this place.
I do have my alchemy jug that I totally forgot about until now, which I can make.
I thought
quart
we
of
gave
oil.
the alchemy jug to like
Yeah, you gave it
the
away.
group of travelers in the desert.
I mean, they had it for a while, but I got it back when we needed it.
Oh, you would make another one. That's right.
Yeah, we needed it for the distraction. When we were gonna go out, it didn't matter, but I still got it back for that.
I don't
That was the greatest plan ever.
Maybe
understand.
maybe we should go ask Bradis V. If they know anything, because they've been here for a while. It sounds like.
Why don't you ask Crentia?
Because I
You know,
don't
it
talk
feels
to
a bit
Crentia.
like
It
feels a bit like phoning it in when I when I can't figure out what my god wants me to do at the sight of. You know, it feels just a little bit silly, but I guess that
Well, as
makes
the
the most
goddess
sense.
of plants and cryptics, she should know that by now.
Look, we can clear this stuff as much as possible, but it's just gonna grow back. Obviously we need a way to stop it.
Okay.
Yeet off the cliff.
Yep.
I mean, so what would happen if we kill everything up here at once? Do you think it would still grow back?
I have nothing. I can't do anything like really
Well,
Okay.
realistically against this.
Yeah, so I've got an alchemy jug which can give us a quart of oil. I've got a package of incendiary powder which sets stuff on fire.
Be like blowing up the temple.
I know Atticus can do fireball.
I've got my last resort
Yep.
which
Can do.
explodes. Let's see what else I got. Got
Your entire bag of explosives.
well, yeah, but that's exploding. I don't think exploding fits the criteria.
I just think, guys, that maybe the moss isn't a problem.
Don't say.
Is there anything I can
I-
clarify here? Is there any
just-
question you guys have about the words?
What's the answer?
It's
if you could clarify,
What is needed?
who is
who
needed?
need-
Who's
The-
needing?
Okay. Well, the life and nature are the topic of the first 4 lines.
life and nature? Yes.
So they are extended to being the needy, I guess.
Life and nature need.
Life and nature need not what is the easiest, but what is needed. Holy, is it?
It was the moss that soaked up the blood, right? It wasn't the stone.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
he
it-
said something about blood going in a crack. What did you mean by that again?
And presumably whatever is opened or however this thing opens, it seems that the moss comes from somewhere within, or at least part of it, and it went down there.
But life and nature don't need blood. Life
Correct.
and
That's-
nature need water.
Water.
Water, sun.
But I tried.
Earth.
Well, I mean, I didn't put water on the center.
Yeah, I guess we didn't put water in the middle. Fucking.
But
I guess I'll.
but that's the thing. Water is easiest. It's the easy answer.
Yeah. We're literally by a body of water. I mean, it's salt water. I assume. Are your oceans salted?
Yes.
Okay.
Are your oceans salted?
Just on the rim. So it could be water.
Well, I mean, we could try it.
I didn't create food and water spell, so we'll just grab it.
Yeah, if only we had canteens of water on us.
Right.
That would be really unfortunate.
But it sounds like it kind of needs to be. I don't know.
I mean, we can try like a canteen of water, and if that doesn't work, we can pour. Or I mean, the alchemy jug, if we don't want to use it for oil, can do 8
Has it-
gallons of water.
Slide that in there.
We can use it for mayonnaise too, if you want.
God. Life and nature need mayonnaise.
Or we can pour acid or basic poison
Life and
on
nature
it.
give
I didn't
us
realize those were a thing. We
Yeah.
can
what
poison
we
vines.
give them in return. Sunlight? We're in the sun.
Yeah, it would have opened up when we burned the moss away.
Oxygen. No, carbon dioxide. Breath. Breathe in it.
Consider that which is not easiest to give as something that is required by both the giver and the givee, or no, the giver and the
Takey.
acceptor.
Wow.
What? I don't know what the word is.
You made that so much more complicated. Can you try that again?
Receiver.
Made less sense.
We have
It's
4
something
confused spaces.
both
Seriously, that-
need.
I mean,
Okay.
it sounds like water still works, is all I'm saying.
Try it. Prospero.
I'm just like, if life and nature are giving us 3 things,
Which of those 3 things is not the easiest to give back, but is needed most? That's where my head's at now.
joy? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking.
It's
Joy,
joy or
maybe?
purpose. But we kind of tried purpose.
Yeah.
They
How do you give joy? Rainer, play music.
You
Wait,
have
no,
to throw
fuck,
this
it has to be
tree.
Prospero.
Prospero.
He looks down the fact he's been playing music literally the entire time because he never stops if he doesn't stealth.
I'm not joyful.
You need to throw Asterius in.
Oh my boy. I don't think that's it. It can't be.
This is
We
the
put little,
nonchalant of
like-
that.
Can we put like balloon paws, or like balloon socks on his feet so he can just run in and not stick to the moss?
All right, Alex.
Do
It's
you
been like
have
half an hour.
balloons? What's up?
I would like to cash in our second hint.
I gave you a second hint. Apparently it was worse though after I did it.
I mean, like, you
Then I-
didn't clarify it.
Then I
So
would like
What-
to
what-
cash
what do you
in
want me to
our
clarify?
third hint.
that you said a lot of words in
Okay,
a
so
mosh pit, and
what-
like you kept on correcting one part and then another and then another, and zero
I
sentence
didn't
was
even say that
formed.
much. A true
You
devout
said-
gives not what is easiest to give, meaning that the thing that you are giving is something that you also need. But by the
Yeah.
line after that, gives that is which is needed most. That means it is also needed by the topic, which is life and nature.
Okay. Good third hint. We'll keep that
Was-
fourth hint on standby though.
That means I need
Yeah,
to make
for
it.
like 30,
I think-
30
Okay,
seconds
okay,
from
hold on.
now.
Pour the water in
First
my
off-
I'm going to breathe on
Has
it.
anyone-
I've decided.
Has anyone ever watched D&D where they just sit around for 45 minutes and then the guy just goes, "All right, that's the end of the session," because we're getting there.
Someone clear me a path.
Yeah, Zoot's gonna.
Okay. Keep you a few feet.
Guys, I have this like weird inkling
Can I
that
breathe in it quickly? Let me breathe. I start blowing air.
Okay. How far down to it do you want to get? Are you getting on your
Down
hands and
all
I'm
knees?
gonna get on my hands and knees and blow air into it.
Okay. You
Zoot's gonna
are
breathe fire,
properly
you know.
grappled and restrained.
Yeah, he's.
X is appropriate now.
It doesn't take my air.
It does not seem to do anything with your air now.
I'll try the
Okay.
water since you're fucking there and trapped.
Prospero,
Spit
thorns,
I'm grappled, so I
thorns
can't.
form
Spit in it.
inside of the cocoon that it's making around you, and you take 12 points of piercing damage. And your blood spills on the ground and is absorbed and quickly swept off.
Ow!
Fire.
I will take hint number 4 now.
Okay.
Please make it quick.
Are you shooting out the arms or the legs with your firebolt? That shit out of here.
The legs, because I was pre-firing. When I said I was pre-firing, that's clearly what I'm aiming at.
Okay, Prosper, you're now guess doing a handstand, except not really.
Oh!
That didn't roll damage. Okay.
Yeah, it did for me. Okay, so you shoot out the hands. Luckily,
Prospero.
the rest of the stuff that's trying to grab onto you slides off of your armor. You are now free.
How do I? Oh, I'm gonna dump my water bottle then quick and jump out.
Okay. You dump your water bottle. The ground decompresses, slides down, and the 6 around one by one start dropping. There are now
That was
stairs.
easy. That
leading
wasn't
down
hard
to-
at all. I'm so confused.
I was pushing forward for like 15 minutes.
Alex was like, it's so easy. They'll get
It's
this
so
right away.
clear.
45 minutes later, he's like, these
I know
morons.
better. I know better. It's not even
So
that. It's just
breathing on it did nothing. I'm so upset.
Why would breathing?
Breath would be such a better answer because you need breath to live.
No,
But
you
exhaling,
need air.
you don't need to
need carbon dioxide.
But plants
I
need
hate
carbon
it.
dioxide
They
to
do.
photosynthesize.
But what
Yeah,
about
we
They-
need.
But
Oh.
life doesn't. But the other side of the coin of life doesn't need it. It's a balance thing. It's not both sides needing it thing.
Get out. Shut
all
up.
right? So,
Let's go.
like I said,
It took us 45 minutes to dump water on a hex.
the columns.
We said
The columns have now slid down, so this one right here is like 2 feet down, probably less. The one below that a little bit farther, and it looks like there's
Coated in moss.
they are still covered in moss. Yes.
For fuck's sake.
Well, the moss is coming from inside the temple.
Like, I'm just saying, like, if we move, like, we could just be, like, running into more moss, and Prospero just got, like, 12 points of like, how many turns can you go before you're just fucking stuck and dead?
Yeah.
Let me charm it. I am gonna present my holy symbol in the name of Crentia.
Hmm.
And they must make a wisdom saving
Oh.
throw.
What are you doing?
Moss?
What are you casting?
I'm using my nature cleric class feature,
What is it?
charm animals.
You
Charm
using
animals.
charm
You're
animals on
charming
Oh, and
animals.
plants, and
not-
plants, and plants,
It's
and plants.
just plants. But I could do both if I wanted to, because I'm that OP.
Well, not at the same time. Okay, it fails.
Thank God.
How do you charm
Just
moss?
make it go away.
You're just-
What creatures would you like to designate? I'm assuming your whole party.
Friendly to all of us.
Okay, cool.
Thank God.
And we only have a minute.
Can you just like
No.
make a clear path?
Yeah, excuse me, guys. Could you move so we can get down the stairs? Thanks.
Fast.
It doesn't part per se, but as you kind of like go to put a foot up, it doesn't seem to be grasping at it. So you'll just walk over it.
Run.
Holy shit, we did it.
What
Jesus
have I
Christ.
been saying? I've been begging everyone to let me charm them.
We did it.
What said you shouldn't?
Everyone was like, what damage will they take? Let's try every damage in the...
So who's after Prospero?
Oh.
I guess Zoot.
Okay. Fuck, now who am I missing? I'm putting you on the map before I pull you in.
Middle.
Alright, cool. So you guys are stacked a little bit, but I'll show you this, and then we're probably gonna wrap it here.
A black
You know what?
square.
And on that stupidity.
You're gonna go all the way down to the bottom center.
Oh my God! What in the
There's
large
moss down
ass-
here too.
Holy
Oh yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Who's this?
There's
cute
no
little
like
naked
space where we
looking
could stand.
boy?
Hey, he doesn't have pants either.
So as you descend
For
around, down, kind of this twisting little stairs down, there is moss in here, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything to you. It's not like completely covered on the stairs. You can kind of step around it a little bit. Yeah, as you come down to this and you descend and make your way into this first room, it does seem to be covered in moss. At the center of the room, and I'll give you this description, and then I'll do it again next time.
Is he lying down or dancing? It's my only question.
There is a troll that is breakdancing. No.
Let's go.
There is the body of a troll, which is oh, hold on, we gotta change this shit right about now. Let's just do this just for funsies.
Yes.
Trolls are pretty fucking gross. They're nasty. They're abominations. This is so much worse. It has clearly been destroyed and twisted so far beyond a normal troll. This creature leaks. Oh, there comes the pants.
Wearing assless traps.
It leaks this like dark blue liquid across its body in just like cracks that you don't even really see.
Ew.
It also seems to bleed, but at the same time like reabsorb the blood. And then you can't see the exact angle. You don't have the exact angle on it, but you can tell that its chest cavity is wide open.
Is it 1917 style? You put your hand in it and fall in there?
No, yeah, pretty much. It's like worse than a hungry
Nasty.
lion could ever do, probably. But it does seem pretty clear that the origin of all this moss is coming from something or somewhere within that chest cavern.
Whoa.
Cavity.
Of the troll.
Of the troll, yeah. Definitely some sort of dark ritual or curse or some fucking thing that happened to this godforsaken
Any
troll.
markings on the wall?
No. You do not see anything. There is some on the ground that you can just barely make out through the moss. But there's also 5 archways within this room. There's tall vaulted ceilings, but 5 archways that kind of like look very ceremonial, like you'd walk under them. You see the inscription on them. You can't see all of them. The first one you see, I guess, says this, but the other ones are behind it. But it looks like a normal room. I mean, forget all the moss and everything. It looks like it would just be like you just walked into a temple, and this is the first room that you see inside, like as if it would be in a city or something. But Obviously not with them.
Are the archways concentric, like they recede back, or like
They're
in a
just
circle
kind of
around the
standing
room?
down the hall. So it would be like arch, 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 arch. They're just freestanding.
So just to clarify, you said the moss was coming from its cavity?
Yep. Coming from inside this thing.
It's
Does
butt
that mean
cavity.
it's charmed? Or just...
Not really sure.
is that-
This thing is probably a host to something that whatever is inside of it, or you know, whatever dark, godforsaken thing
Hey,
took
we
hold of
figured
this
out
body.
what we need to burn.
Yeah, you get a pretty good feeling if you're gonna burn something, it's probably that body or whatever's inside. But anyway, yeah,
Just fireball it and leave.
we'll yeet there.
Just another body to burn.
We did great.
I'm still
Great.
like a little bit